Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for the 2 new follows.
Hi. Hey. Valerian says wet. Or we.
Hey.
What are we doing today? Yeah, thanks everyone.
Okay, I was trying to get a Windows update done before this started, and now it's installing it. Installing shouldn't do anything to the internet, right? Nah, it looks okay. It looks fine. Okay, let me get some music on.
Cool. Happy to have you. It's first time. Now we've been streaming for years or whatever. Only 2 months, but nice to see more people here. So I'm starting a new area today. Sort of like a month of doing the same thing. Refreshing.
Right, there we go.
The new files I have to remember.
Yeah, so you're working on... Oh, we were already doing chapter 3, weren't we? You're doing the next area in chapter 3.
Which should be like way smaller than the previous one, so I
Yeah.
think it's not gonna take that long.
And I am doing what you were doing the other day, and I'm doing the spaceman animation. Because this was the old one, and this one's the new one, with new frames. So, I don't really know the best way of doing this. How is everybody doing? I'm super hot today, I really don't understand it. I think it's because I was just cooking lunch. And it gets kind of hot in the kitchen if you're standing over the cooker. I was taking my headphones off a sec.
This is my time to say things, so she won't hear me. Okay, let's talk about Sarah now that she doesn't have her headphones on.
You saying bad things about me?
No. I was here.
Alright, so it's literally double the frames. Oh no, it's not. Wait, I'm so confused.
Why are you so confused, Sarah?
How many frames is the Amazon's animation? Walk cycle?
Oh, you're starting to work on him. I don't know, but this guy is 12.
But he was 12 before.
It's doubles. Twos, whatever.
But he was always 12, and the Amazon's 12. I thought the problem was there wasn't enough. Hey, Ozzy!
Oh, are you sure? So they just literally redo the animation? Why does it look smoother though?
I don't know. Yeah, so this is the Amazon's one. 12.
Well, you did scold me that we need to keep it though. Was his 12 before as well?
Apparently,
No,
I
right?
thought it was less. Well, look, this is the animation, and it's got 12 frames.
She looked fine. But what about? That bad, but
You know... It's the front and back animations were only 7 frames long. Did I change my hair? Costa's had a haircut. And yeah, I did actually, I trimmed my hair this morning. But I literally just like cut a little bit off the end and then made the front a little bit shorter in places. That is all. Thanks for noticing. So,
No. Okay. Nothing. I did a little note here so that I should change something, and I noticed that I didn't do it. But I think when I exported this and sent it to you, I actually did it on the other documents. So it's fine.
okay.
Yeah, I put like a little thingy here to remind myself to that this hand needs to be drawn again. So how are you gonna do this? Just like redo the ones I did, or like?
Well, I'm gonna start with the front and the back since
Okay.
those are the ones that
The
have
front
less
and the
frames.
back, the front and the back should be way better this time. Although I'm not sure how, if anyone's gonna see them in game, but it kind of sucks. But we'll see.
Oh, that's okay. They're animations that will happen at some point. Oh, my hair looked darker. My hair is weird. It's my natural color, but like it depends. Actually, it's more normally looks like a lot lighter in the sunlight. It's probably just the lighting. But yeah, no, it's exactly the same.
I think after talking about food, their second favorite subject must be hair. This time, we'll just talk about beards and like haircuts, and then the third one maybe is the game and dinosaurs.
No, that's not as important.
No, not really.
There's an empty frame in this. Like, and that's an empty frame. There's an invisible pixel in this animation. What the heck? How did that happen?
So how's everyone doing now that everyone's here? So weird. We had like, yeah, what, 2 or 3 follows as we were going live, right on the loading screen or whatever.
Right, I can't find. Okay, here we go. Okay. So, if you say that the front walk cycle is a lot better, does that mean it's very different? And that I need to pretty much redraw it? Be right back a sec, I hear a cat.
Mega tedious week in the job. Feel like my coworkers are the sisters in Cinderella. I think I have a joke about this, but I guess the first week after the holidays always sounds like horrible. Is it the first week? Yeah, probably. Or is it half week? Maybe it was a half week in Greece because there was a cat. Because there was a
What?
holiday. A stupid kitty with its tail. It's like, ooh, food. What are you eating, an Oreo?
Mm-mm. A rice cake covered in dark chocolate.
Why do I think today is Friday?
It feels like a Friday, doesn't it? What are you doing? Do you want to get down?
Getting the pettings. I like how it just like puts its butt in your face. Get pettings and its tail.
She just doesn't quite know where to stand on my desk. She's just looking
It
around the
looks like
room.
she enjoys petting where the base of the tail is.
Don't stand on my keyboard. What are you doing? Oh my god, don't put the volume up that high. Sorry, guys. I put it up to like 100. Meow.
What a catastrophe.
Are you gonna sit there? Okay.
Did the kitty meow just so that you could come over and pet her?
So the thing is that so the room that I'm in is at the end of a corridor. And the other end of that corridor is a door that goes into the living room and the rest of the house. But that door's always kept shut. And in the corridor is her food. So she gets let in there to have her food and then she gets stuck in the corridor. So she'll either come and meow at my door or she'll meow at Laurie's door, which is also down the same corridor. She normally doesn't come to mine though. But she just, wants to come in somewhere where she can sleep somewhere. Oh, she harassing me.
You have rice cakes over there.
She normally harasses me when she wants food.
Cats harass you when they want food and they want a door open, or they want to be petted right now.
She doesn't. Yeah, I don't know. I get confused when like she meows. I always automatically think it's because she wants food. Right, I think I'm just gonna.
Kitties harassing me for pettings and affection whenever they want it. I'm like, not now. It's like, no, now. You're gonna drop everything and get this butt in your face, and you're gonna.
What are you looking at?
No spoilers for Captain Marvel, which is the only Marvel film I haven't seen, because I assume that's the one with a cat and Nick Fury.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Why? What's the Incredibles 2 yesterday for the first time? It was really fun.
I think I've seen that.
It came out 2 years ago. Well, 3 now. It's 2021. But yeah, I hadn't seen it before. I wasn't sure if I had, but it was. Yeah, I don't know. I just had a stupid smile on my face all the time. It was just so funny. Pre-pandemic movie. Yeah, the thing is, like, I heard it's not a very good movie. I didn't watch it. Captain Marvel. And I went to see Endgame before I even watched Captain Marvel, and it didn't really bother me at all. There's nothing Captain Marvel does matters really in Endgame, other than not being around to help anyone. It's apparently super powerful, but they found a way for her to not be around. Said that there's a new Marvel series coming out tomorrow.
Yeah.
It looks so weird. It's like with the Orson twin, who's not an Olsen twin. What's her name?
What? You mean one of
You
the
know the
Olsen
Olsen
sisters?
You know them, right?
Yeah.
They
do you
have
mean
another
her
sister. Who's,
Yeah, I know.
yeah, her.
But
What's
the
her- I
Olsen
don't
twin
know.
who's not a twin. You mean the Olsen twin's sister?
Yes, that's what I was getting at. I didn't even remember her character's name. What is it? The Scarlet Witch or something?
I have no idea. I didn't know she was in.
So the trailer looks super weird because it's like it looks like C and some other guy, Vision. They're trapped in like a TV show and they can't escape it. Like they know it looks like I don't have to explain it. Looks like they're living as characters of a TV show with an audience, but then they get glimpses of that being like their brainwashed or like hypnotized or whatever, or being like in a dimension or whatever.
Mm.
So they're trying to snap out of it. It looked like super trippy. So I'm interested to see what it's about. WandaVision, yeah. What is
WandaVision.
Costa should change his name to Sarah, and Sarah should also have Sarah join in there, and they can be Sarah, and Sarah. Did you know that in college, Sarah had a best friend, Sarah? I don't know how to pronounce it, but apparently
Sarah.
it's written exactly the fucking same, so
It's
I don't
how
know
it
why they're
should be
pronouncing it
pronounced.
differently. Right.
Sarah's the correct way.
It's written the same. And they called their team Sarah and Sarah.
Sarah and Sarah.
Yeah, or, you know, the SS as it is known.
Yeah, Sarah's
As
the
I
correct
called them,
way.
but they didn't like it.
My way is just weird. And not a thing.
Or stop motion animation team.
They went to the Sahara.
Sarah and Sarah in the Sahara.
I went to
Wow,
the
Ozzy,
Sahara.
that's,
I didn't actually.
one of the few times you make a good pun. Well done. According to the Costas pun golden standard.
Actually, yeah, people made fun of my name a lot at school with the Sahara Desert.
Oh, really?
I mean, I live in a desert. I lived in a desert anyway, so like it was pretty made sense.
That tells you how much I don't care about pronouncing your name that I missed this pun. Like all over the years that I know you.
Yeah. I mean, do you want me to care? Are you capable of saying it?
Sarah.
I just gave up.
It's Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah.
Well, now that you said Sahara, it actually helps.
Oh, okay.
Do you like that lo-fi playlist I sent you? What you say?
I didn't listen to the whole thing because I don't know how I would be able to listen to the whole
Are
thing.
you even? It's like basically I found a Street Fighter lo-fi rendition of all the tracks. But
I was
you
wondering if it
ever
was to do
play
with
Street Fighter to remember any of the songs?
Not enough to be able to remember songs.
Like, can you recognize like Guile's theme or something when?
Nope, I didn't play enough at all to like be that into it. I have played it though.
Do you know why bees have two colors? Because they have Beetilingo. Is that a joke about Duolingo but with bees?
Beetligo.
Is that like a pun I'm missing, or is it literally you change the word duo to a bee?
I don't get that one.
No, wait. It can't be that joke because you're talking about colors, not languages. I don't get that joke at all. I don't speak the bit of lingo over there. Lizzie wasn't here last stream, right? We had Matt around.
Yeah, Matt's voice.
Yeah. That includes Matt too, but yeah, we didn't.
The Sahara Desert is redundant. What do you mean redundant?
Is this like the first part of a joke thing? Since Sahara comes from the word for desert.
Oh, a desert. So
In what language? No doubting what you're saying, I'm just curious. No dessert for you. Oh, interested. In this sprite, I almost changed their colors. I guess it's rough, so I don't care. Oh.
it's Arabic. Yeah, it is Arabic. So the Sahara Desert is the desert.
The desert. Constantinos, like my mom's calling me. Do you know scientists found out that the new strain of COVID was British? Because the virus moved on the other side of the pretty dish.
A petri
Is
dish. A petri dish. Um,
what's that?
it's a little dish you use for like chemistry stuff.
I know there's a new
Oh,
strain
it's
that.
as if like they drive on the other side of the road. That's that. That's what. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. Thai tea is also redundant. Yeah, the thing is, we call in Greek, Thai means tea. So I always wondered why it's called Thai here.
Well, yeah. Chai is like
In Greek, it's definitely redundant.
it's weird.
Say
Like
that.
when you refer to chai, you normally mean the spice mix. I think. I think that's why it's called chai tea. So what language is that?
I'm sorry, Sarah, but I'm gonna change your favorite crawl animation that I've done here as a rough. I know how much you loved it.
That prototype animation was the worst. It looks so ridiculous.
Well, the way it moved was.
Oops. Going shopping tonight. Exciting. Haven't been out of the house for a while. It's actually not exciting. I really don't want to go.
It's weird because even if we go out, it doesn't mean we're doing anything.
I'm quite excited to try out that tween module for AGS because I think that we can just do the parallax with that.
Just for parallax?
Nope, it's for moving things.
What else does it do?
So I don't know. It's basically the way it was described was like similar to like tweening in what's it called? Flash. I mean that's why it was called that, I think.
So you can animate with it?
You can animate with it. Well, yeah.
Well, tweening
As in
causes
moving one thing to another place and like I'm guessing being able to like say this is here and then it's there and then just animates it in between. As in moves it.
Okay. Oh, so you're basically kind of animating with the tweening module.
So Matt was suggesting using that for the the background where we want to outside the space pod and into the space pod where we want the background to like fade. Hayden. Yeah, so it should work for that as well. But, like, I really want to try that, but then I also need to get a bunch of other programming done first that's kind of more integral. Like, it's important for the actual game to be playable. It feels like that's between things going to be, like, extra polishing type stuff. But I really want to try it.
Yeah, sounds cool. Cheat day is almost upon me.
It's weird. It feels like you had cheat day not that long ago, but it's just because in
Yeah.
December your cheat day wasn't
I
every
had one
week.
every like 10, 12 days, and now
Yeah.
7 days. Well, I feel like I'm eating way less than before, in general. Like I can't believe that's me. Like I had for my last 2 days, I had like 2 souvlaki, like on pita, and like some fries, and I felt like I had, I don't know, like 2 pizzas. Like my old me felt like I had 2 pizzas worth of food. I was so stuffed, and usually that was like a snack for me. What I had now, it was that bad that I couldn't even have like another meal on that day, other than like a light meal. I felt so embarrassed.
Embarrassed.
Oh, I'm
Isn't
joking.
it? Isn't it?
Like,
Oh,
it's
okay.
embarrassing.
I was gonna say, isn't it a good thing if that's what you're wanting?
No, but it's like, knowing me and how much I love eating and the amounts that I eat, it's like a betrayal to all my values.
Ugh. Drawing all these horrible legs again.
I want donuts this week.
Oops. Hey Nathan.
Hey Nathan.
How you doing?
What's up? Hey Deluxe Fox.
Hey. How you doing? How's everybody doing?
Sound. I remember Nathan, you made a post like a couple of weeks ago about endings in video games and how to. What was your? I don't remember exactly what your question was, but it was about satisfying endings in video games. I think, if I'm not mistaken. Did you find a solution to the? Oh yeah, I also saw your post, and I fell in option 1. Looks chunky and nice.
What was it for?
Nathan posted 2 versions of his. Was a shader or something that I don't know because I don't know 3D. But basically, 2 different images and saying which one is better for the game. I think it's the way it processes pixels or pixel art or something. But yeah, that's what I'm answering. First image over the second. Yeah, I think the ending is at least somewhat satisfying. I bit the bullet and did a bunch of character animation that I was avoiding. I like one too. Somewhere in the comments, I posted the third option, which is sort of blend between the two. One looks a bit too noisy in motion. Okay, yeah, motion. I mean, there are other factors that you can tell from a still, I get that. I remember on this post you made about the ending that you were saying how animation takes a long time and something to that extent. And I did want to reply that you just described my entire life, but it wouldn't be a comment that would help with your question. So I did. I was you really touched me with this comment about animation taking ages and being a pain. Nathan, do you mind if I ask you something privately? Not privately, as in like in chat, because I'm having a lot of trouble with. I'm trying to upload our demo basically on the Steam store, and I don't know if they made it the most complicated process in the universe, or if it actually is a little complicated because I'm struggling to find out what kind of documentation I need to figure out. It's also a demo, so I don't know if it's an entire different process from like uploading the entire game. But I feel like I'm following the steps they tell me, but I'm still not getting where I want. It is a pain in the butt, right? Happy to hear that. Even like I'm watching the videos of like trying to follow them step by step. There seems to be a dude like going around it and hacking it instead of just like actually trying to make. Like, why is it so complicated? Feels like not the official video is helping. It feels like some guy who figured out a shady side way to do it, and he's showing you. And then like they updated the whole system, so even like the tabs that he's showing you, some of them don't exist. Yeah, so they say you need to upload what are these things called? Not a build. What is it called? Sorry.
I don't know. You're the one that was doing it. It began with D or something. Maybe. Or B.
Wait.
Super helpful.
Jesus. Yeah, the official video seems a lot out of date. But every time I'm typing something on Google, it doesn't give me anything relevant. But like, yeah, for some reason I have to run like the Steam. What is it, like a Steamworks command lines on like the weird. Feeling some coffee this morning. That's a good feeling. Here's my coffee.
I prefer not to touch my coffee because it's hot.
You even drink coffee, sir? Drink like
I don't at all. I was just trying to make a joke.
Oh, okay. So I made a joke. It's only apparent to British people
There we
who
go.
drink only tea.
Now it links along the same lines. The coffee consent.
Not drink coffee until what, 24 years old? Yeah, I honestly used to believe, for some reason, because I'm an idiot, that coffee was like didn't really have an effect on people. They were just like a placebo. Because I wasn't drinking coffee and I was waking up just fine. And now I don't know how I woke up just fine without coffee. No idea.
Addicted now.
I'm not addicted, but it definitely helps with me waking up faster.
Yeah, it's because you're addicted to the effects of coffee now and your body relies on it. The caffeine. Not just coffee, caffeine.
No, sir, I disagree with you. I'm such a strong person about coffee. Yeah, I think I'm definitely addicted to coffee because in like, it's not like coffee's ever gonna run out from the world, and if it does, I'm fucked. But I feel like it's an addiction that I can maintain without any issues.
You're flooded with tea and don't drink tea. Send your tea here, Ozzy. Hey, Velocity Tea.
Wait, isn't Veloci the the person who made this super nice dinosaur video? You are, aren't
Oh,
you?
is it?
Ooh, interesting. Thanks for making the video. Yeah, it is. YT, I'm assuming is YouTube. Also, that's even his face on this.
Thanks for stopping by, and thanks for making a video
Yay.
and including us in it.
Yeah, that was fun actually finding out all those dino games. It might be. Yeah, you just came right on time when we don't draw dinosaurs, but
I don't think we've drawn many dinosaurs on our streams yet.
supposed to
Have
be
we?
like a
Oh no, we have done
like
some.
a pterodon here at some point.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, like how you're now calling it pterodon.
Not right now.
We were corrected.
Because pterodactyl apparently is specific. Pterodon and pterodons are like the family of like flying dinosaurs. He has like a chocolate still, but.
Aw, thanks.
Oh, thank you.
We're excited for it too, to be honest.
Good thing you got excited now because we were making it like 2 years already. So you get excited hopefully towards the end of it. Don't have to wait for this too long. Yeah, but it's also I had a lot of fun like discovering other dinosaur indie game devs because I feel a little embarrassed saying, "Hey, look at this dinosaur game" to like people who like dinosaurs because I know we have so many things that are not correct about dino periods or like dino species and stuff like that. So I'm afraid like some paleontologists are going to be like, "This game's not accurate. It's bullshit," and they're going to be right. So I'd rather not like tell them, "Hey, look at my fake dinosaur game." But for more casual fans of dinosaurs like me, should be okay. Frame looks acceptable. Build on that. I know the pain too well of worrying about paleontologists judging the accuracy. Oh, do you? Did you do you have a run-in with a?
We have a Kickstarter backer who is studying paleontology, I think, or
We
something.
had a
along those
few. Like I
lines.
remember at least one. Yeah.
But he's like, contact me if you like have any questions about anything. And he was giving us
the
loads
last
of
facts.
information.
My main my main line of defense is what you just said. Is like that proves that we're not very realistic. That's also isn't. Well, yabba dabba do to that. So.
Is there a cat still in here? Yeah. Sorry.
Not in my room.
She's happily sleeping on the bed.
I actually wonder if there's like probably the first Jurassic Park would be the only film that paleontologists would be like, yes, that's my jam. Because the thing is like I can imagine people who are like professionals in any area of like anything to be upset about watching their profession being bullshit on screen. Like I grew up watching my mom do that when she was like she's a doctor, so every like show where they have like a ER or like doctors or whatever, she was like, "Yep, that's not accurate. This is the most accurate show. This is the most bullshit show." It's like House was like bullshit, for example, and I think ER or something, one of these shows was accurate. So I can imagine exactly the same for like someone who's like a cop or a paleontologist or whatever, or like a judge or a lawyer to be like, "This is not how it works."
Thanks for the follow. How do you pronounce your name, by the way? Is it Veloci or
Veloci.
Veloci? Because I guess the
Maybe
YC
it's
is for
Veloci.
YouTube.
How do you figure that out, Sarah? Did I tell you?
No.
Yeah, that's true, Neviklink, about
Veloci.
the part in Jurassic Park where they mix the frog DNA. Yeah, I guess it doesn't. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it is Veloci. Ooh. So, since you said that, I imagine there wouldn't be any 100% accurate media on dinosaurs, at least that I know of. So the bar is pretty low for us to get lower. Your arms are. Why didn't make her arms so anorexic
I read
here?
that as Japan at first.
I still thought it was Japan. Japanese park. You look like Sonic every time I'm trying to do her hair like that.
I don't worry too much about the hair. I'll change it.
Oh, thank you. Are you sure she doesn't look like Sonic now? I'll get out of your hair, Sarah. Let you do it.
Thanks.
I also want to watch, completely unrelated, I was just thinking of the Pixar films I watched recently. I want to watch Toy Story 4, but I don't exactly remember what happens in Toy Story 3. I kind of remember what happens in Toy Story 2. And the first one is the one I've seen the most times.
Toys come alive. I mean, that's pretty much the same.
Yeah, oh, thanks for spoilers, Sarah.
I feel like I'm the only person who doesn't like Toy Story.
Well, you have to remember the time it came out and how, exciting that thing was back then. Now
But it
it kind of feels
wasn't.
like...
It wasn't. No, I mean, like, even back then.
That's what you get for bad-mouthing Toy Story. Ozzy DMing you.
Yes.
Nice
Yes.
segue from dinosaurs to like Toy Story because it has like Rex and T-Rex toy.
Yes, and yes, please. Ozzy, send me all that tea. Ginger lemon tea, that sounds good. You
I
gotta
would make Theropods fan art where the Amazon dresses up as a spaceman and vice versa. It was 5th level. Yeah, I did play around with the idea of her wearing the suit in the story, but it doesn't really happen because it wouldn't make sense.
I'm guessing, Ozzy, it's not even like you can have guests around to like drink all the extra tea you've got at the moment.
So that requires you to have friends. Damn, burn.
Wow. I hate drawing
Everyone thinks
things
doing
in
a walk cycle
perspective.
is cool, but have they tried doing a crawl cycle like I'm doing now?
Crawl cycle.
I like how everyone's like, when I was learning animation, I also like was looking at walk cycles and all that, and now I don't give a shit. I just like try and draw like frames, and then I'm like, let's draw in betweens. And if it works, I kind of can't tell. If it doesn't, then I say, why doesn't it work? And I keep drawing. Because even if you see a tutorial on a walk cycle, it might not be the kind of walk cycle you want. Like maybe the character doesn't look like, Cuphead or whatever.
I would have the whole union of grannies happy for a semester with all this tea.
Yeah, enjoy your lunch, Veloci. Thanks for
Enjoy!
sticking around. Okay, I wasn't here when Matt was here because Ozzy is Matt.
Ozzy is Matt.
Yes, that is his secret identity. It sounds like more like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde than any other metaphor. The way the two behave individually. Dr. Ozzy and Mr. Matt. I want to play some Hitman now.
You were literally just playing Hitman.
Yeah, but only for like 10 minutes, because I was like, I wonder if I can play some Hitman while Sarah's like, I don't know, away. And then you immediately, when I started playing. To your defense, we had 5 minutes to go for the stream. So you were away, and I was like, oh, maybe this could be a little late. I'm going to play games. Yeah, I have a new routine this week where I have a sort of a deadline to finish a movie script. Not that anyone's paying me to do it, but there's potentially they will pay me if they like it enough. So I have a self-imposed deadline on that, and I kind of hate writing because it hurts my soul when I do it. But now I'm forcing myself to do it every day. And it's not going that bad. I even have times where I'm enjoying it. It's so hard though to not censor yourself while you're writing.
Censor yourself? What?
Yeah, because like when I'm writing, I'm like thinking this is bullshit. But if I keep like self-editing myself, that makes sense. It's like correcting yourself while you're creating. That makes sense. So if I'm doing like a rough animation and then I keep like perfecting it as I'm doing it, that means like I'm editing myself while I'm doing it instead of just like doing a fucking rough thing to see the movement and then like go on top of it and keep drawing more like defined shapes or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not good with doing stuff like that.
So basically, like especially with writing, they say you should have like two kind of like modes. One is like just like write and don't give a shit and just like finish what you're writing just to get over it, and then have the editing side of you where it's like, okay, why is this shit? Why is that shit? But if you're doing it at the same time, you're not progressing because you're always self-editing and doubting yourself and you don't move on. So it's really hard for me to like stop myself. And as I'm writing, I know some things are bullshit and I'm gonna change them, but if I don't keep moving, then it's not gonna happen. So. But I think it's more important to just like get into the habit of writing and into the habit of like feeling bad about it or like discovering the process so that it becomes easier as time comes along and then can write more confidently or whatever. I'm very envious of people who can write super fast or like keep producing things. It doesn't matter if they're good or not, it's just like pretty good skill to have.
Yeah, for sure. It's like goes for most things, I think. Like people who constantly create loads of art every single day. Like I don't understand how they do that.
Yeah, that's one example, like in the art department. I was telling you off stream yesterday. I'm gonna say the chat. What's his name? Duncan Jones, which is like the director of like Moon and Source Code and Warcraft. And he released on Twitter like a fan-made script of Full Throttle, like just for free. And he was saying how he was like during the first like the summer or whatever during the coronavirus that he was supposed to be writing some other stuff, and he got like really stuck or bored, and he started writing Full Throttle just for fun, and then he released it. And I was like thinking, how the hell can you be such a productive person that during your creative, like during trying to avoid doing writing work, you do writing work that's like just for fun? It's like insane. You must be at the level of writing that you just like enjoy so much. It's kind of like sketching or whatever, but with writing.
Right, yeah.
Doesn't it sound like crazy to you? How you can finish like 90 pages of something that's just fun and just
I mean, if
knowing
you...
that it's not gonna go anywhere, and then just like
Yeah,
releasing it.
if you love it so much, you must love like Full Throttle and the story.
But it's also amazing to me how this guy is like a super professional Hollywood director and screenwriter. How he just like does it for fun and like to. He said like he really wanted to get away from like whatever work he had, and he wanted to do like an action comedy. Like he felt like he really needed to write an action comedy, which I kind of get as well. Like it must be fun to like be able to write jokes based on some story that's already there, I guess. Because it's not like he came up with the whole Full Throttle idea. I think it's literally
Yeah.
the game, but he made it into a little longer film version. Because Full Throttle was pretty short story.
Sorry, I'm just gonna take my headphones off again. I am back.
But yeah, I started Monday. Now I have 20 pages, which I'm happy with. Because considering I had no pages before, and I haven't written anything in ages. Pages. Sorry, go on. I'm talking to myself.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's a bit too orange. Let's adjust it. Thing is, I'm also getting I'm also getting more projects in my head that I want to write as I'm writing this. So that's kind of nice. And I started reading scripts, and I felt like I'm starting to enjoy it because it's different if you watch a movie than like reading the script. Because if you watch a movie, you can easily forget about the story and like just like focus on the pretty lights or the pretty music or everything else. But this feels to me like it's a really cool. Like I'm really envious of like reading a script where it's getting an image in my head. And sometimes I enjoy reading scripts of movies that haven't been made yet or they're about to be made, and then watching the actual movie when it comes out.
I hate reading scripts. I tried.
I used to as well, but now I'm kind of enjoying it because I'm writing myself, so I kind of like start to get ideas on how to use stuff. If that makes sense.
How to use stuff.
Yeah, as in like, how does this person describe an action sequence? Does he do it line by line to make you like feel more stressed when reading it, or do they do it in a big chunk of a paragraph, like stuff like that, which I'm kind of like nitpicking now? Or like, how do they describe sounds? When do they use capital letters to show you when you should pay attention to something? It's kind of the same as like filmmaking, where it's like, how do you manipulate the reader instead of the audience this time? I don't know. It sounds super nerdy, but I'm starting to get into it, and I think that's a good sign when I'm starting to get super nerdy about something. That means
friend
I'm
of mine-
enjoying the
A friend
Sorry,
of
go
mine,
on.
a friend of mine wrote a script and he asked me to read it, and I just couldn't. And it wasn't bad. It didn't seem bad to me. I just,
No, I
it's
see what you mean.
really hard to read scripts. And I said, I'm really
mean-
sorry, but I don't think I can read this. And it's not anything to do with your skill or anything. It's like I just don't think I'm capable of reading
How many pages?
too many. It wasn't much, but for me, it's too many. And plus, I wasn't in the mood. Not the mood. I wasn't in the like. I used to read like quite often, just not scripts, just in general. But at that point, I just hadn't even been reading in books like anyway, so I just couldn't concentrate.
Yeah, you're
on
not
it.
into the habit of reading.
Yeah, reading anything, let alone a script.
Your animation is done. It's way better than you ever thought it would be.
Wait, that's done?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say.
What did I do for you? It will upset you because you don't like the scrolling animations. I started instead of reading now, I started getting audiobooks.
Yeah, I can't concentrate on that either. It makes it
The thing is,
worse.
it depends. Like you need to be doing either animation or sometimes I started doing that in the morning when I wake up. It's just like when I'm preparing coffee or whatever. I just have like an audiobook playing in the background.
Hmm.
Or when I'm washing the dishes, that kind of helps because it's boring things to do.
Yeah.
Um,
I just think I'm not a fan of listening to
but I
something
felt like it's a good way to like read a book by listening to it because
because you
I
can't
was watching
read.
a video by a guy who's like he has a productivity channel on YouTube and he was talking about how he wanted to read more this year and he stopped reading and what he did was like his rule was like to have to read 2 books per month. And at first he said like I could have said read a book per week, but then he said that might have been so hard and challenging that I would fail, and he wanted to do something that was like borderline challenging but not super boring, like say read I don't know, read a book per 2 months, which is like boring. I guess like you can do it. Actually, in my bullet journal, I put a section of like screenplays. I didn't tell you, and I'm writing down all the screenplays that I've read this year.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wanted to. I was thinking of like writing down films, but watching films comes like so easily to me, so it's not really a challenge.
Yeah, unless you needed to keep track of the films you wanted to watch or something. I think that's the only reason.
Yeah, maybe the
You'd probably
ones
write
I
it
would
down.
want to watch, but right now I don't really care. Um, Actually, what's the movie per day for like the last 5 days or something? Which I am enjoying that I did that because yeah, sometimes I have a break from movies. I don't know why. But I'm really happy to get back to them now. If anyone has any good thrillers to recommend, I'm all up for that because I love reading thrillers and watching them.
Yeah,
Where
where'd
do
you
I find
find
the
the
time?
time?
What, during a quarantine? Well, the thing is, I'm trying to separate my time into like working in the morning up until like 6 in the afternoon or something, or 7. Then I work out and then I watch whatever I want until I fall asleep. So I never watch a movie during daytime or whatever. Well, never, like never this year. But
Yeah, if I'm doing I don't tend to watch movies. I watch series usually, but
I'm all out of series
I
now. I usually watch series.
normally watch things whilst I'm animating. Like if I have art to do.
I never watch things when I animate.
Well, yeah, it's because I'm not really animating, am I? I'm tracing on top of your stuff. And then, but what?
I never
Sometimes
feel
it's
comfortable with
animating.
watching something play in the background because I actually want to watch everything that I watch. Like, especially if
Maybe,
it's story involved.
yeah, maybe that's why I mostly watch series because they're not always as
Yeah, I don't know. I
good.
never
No, I
want to
don't know.
miss anything.
The kind of stuff I watch, I don't mind. Like it's just entertaining to just stick on in the background, or I've seen it before and then I don't mind missing anything.
Yeah, even if I've seen it before, I don't know. I still want to watch it. Like I tried it before, like what you said, but
Yeah.
I was like, no, I actually want to watch this now. What is those? Ah, not too bad, but I need a little more. Funny how with 3 frames kind of works.
I wouldn't say it work. I would if she's like moving super
Kind of
fast.
works. It needs like probably 2 more, but it starts working. Probably do it on 3s. Hey, today, by the way, they announced. Well, we can talk about it now. They announced point-and-click adventure game. Was it like a sale or an event on Steam? And we're taking part of it in it by just being on the list. Basically, we still. I think we're gonna let the demo. That's why I'm trying to do this demo thing now. We're gonna let the demo be available.
I mean,
And
it's
I was
already
thinking,
available
Sarah, that-
anyways. It's just not available on Steam.
Okay, it is, but think about it. We don't want this demo to be available when the game launches, because we probably might have a little. The game will be a little better looking, probably, or it might be a bigger demo. I wouldn't want like an old demo if we had better looking work. That makes sense. So maybe it's for the best if we leave the demo now, then take it out, and then just.
Wait, so you don't want to make the demo available for this event?
Yeah, I do. I
Oh.
don't want to make the demo available indefinitely on Steam.
Oh yeah, sure. I thought we were just making it available for the event.
Yeah. Yeah, Nathan, I'm really the emails we're getting are like so thick. Like obviously I'm very happy that someone's organizing that and it's super cool. But
Are you streaming? Like, there was an option to stream your
Broadcasting,
game. Was that it? I didn't really understand what that meant because, like, we weren't going to
Yeah,
play through
I
our
don't-
game because we didn't have a game. I guess is the problem. But if your game's finished, I guess you could just like play through it and talk at the same time. I don't know if that's what it is.
Thing
Oh, it's pre-recorded.
you're saying. I'm not sure if it is live or pre-recorded, but I
Well,
don't know how Steam Broadcasting works.
You get live
Maybe
ones
Nathan
on Steam.
can-
That's why I thought that's what that was. Yeah, because this when they do events like that, you get people playing their games live.
I think it's a developer live stream, but I'm not sure if the developers themselves are playing their game with people sitting in chat. It sounds weird to me. I don't know how this works.
Yeah, it was nice to see an event on Steam specifically for point-and-click games.
Sarah, you mocked my 3 frames. Look at this now.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
It works, but it's super fast.
Yeah, okay. I need to add 1 more frame probably. Now, I literally didn't draw another frame. I just like moved them around and made them longer.
Oh, you use the same frames?
I
with
used basically
timing?
the middle frame that I was using. I copied it 1 more time to go back to the original position,
Okay.
and then I made them 3s instead of 2s.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I needed. That's probably how many frames it needs. But I think I need 1 more frame actually to make it smoother, and then some bouncing or something with the hair.
Hey, welcome back. What do you have for lunch? I love the food questions here.
Yay!
I used some of my oyster mushrooms for the first time, the ones I was growing. I had some like garlic noodles for lunch. With
That's what I
oyster
had.
mushrooms. Guess what you had? Let me guess. Maybe chicken and lentils.
Well, you're wrong. I didn't have lentils.
Oh, you're eating your lunch now. Spaghetti and meatballs. Nice.
I'm
You
out of
didn't have lentils? You had beans.
Yeah, red kidney beans.
Okay. If it's not lentils, it's always beans. Yeah, I'm running out of food at the moment because we need to go shopping tonight. So we're probably having baked potatoes for dinner. With beans.
Taters from the telly.
From
Have
Italy?
with me some Spaghetti meatballs, huh?
What did you just say?
Potatoes from the telly. I don't know. I'm
From
being very British.
from the telly? What?
I hate the word telly so much.
Why are they potatoes from the telly?
Taters, taters. What are they called?
Potatoes?
What's the British way to say potatoes? Isn't it taters or something? Did
I
I make
don't know
this
who
up?
says taters. That comes from Lord of the
You know what a
Rings.
telly is.
So they might say what?
Don't pretend you don't know what a telly
I
is.
didn't say that. I said I don't know where taters comes from.
And Britishness.
Like who actually says taters in the UK? Maybe they do, but I know it's said in the Lord of the Rings. Maybe at some point in time people say taters, but I don't know. I've never heard it been said here. I've heard it been called spuds. Spud.
Isn't spuds like a type of potato?
It's a type of what?
Potato, isn't like. Oh, I thought spuds were like wedges. Am I wrong?
Nope. I don't
Oh,
think.
maybe no.
I mean, yeah, I
What the
don't
fuck is
think so.
spud?
A spud is a
Urban
potato,
Dictionary.
isn't it?
Oh.
I don't look on Urban Dictionary.
Spud in the Urban Dictionary is a person as dumb as a sack of potatoes.
Yeah, a potato is spud, right?
Yeah, and Veloci is also from the UK, if I'm not mistaken.
Tatty.
Tatty. Oh, is that how it's pronounced?
Tatty. Taters. Tatty. Yeah, I don't know. There's so much weird, different English slang all over the country where it changes.
Potato.
I hate this animation.
Yeah, I thought you would because
But it's doing it from
feels,
scratch as well.
feels almost static sometimes.
It's the main thing is that because it's such shit quality basically from the low res one, it's hard to tell when the arm's further back or further forward or anything. So I don't know.
Well,
if you want to look, does this look okay to you?
The
I've just
way,
drawn the rough.
The way for me is like when it's either going behind his cape or body. That's when it's back.
You can't tell in the low res. Like it's really hard to tell if you look at that.
I mean,
So I've gone frame by
fine to me.
frame with the color. If the color looks okay to you, then that's what I'm working with. I decided to block out the color first of the arms and legs.
I think it sort of looks
feet.
correct to me at the moment. Your version.
I
Yeah,
think
that's
so too.
That's a good way to do it, focusing on the feet and the.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the legs
That's how I
now.
was animating it as well.
I'm
And
gonna
then the
do
cape in the end.
the legs now, and then there's also the problem with the lines on his body because they're gonna have to like move differently compared to where you know.
Oh man.
So, yeah.
You know what I did that I don't know if it's gonna work? I moved the head like
Yeah,
left and
I
right when we were
can't.
walking. This is too noticeable, isn't it?
Yeah, it looked really bad.
Oh no! I spent so much time. I was so happy, but then I should have thought that it wanted to register.
You can post it on Twitter if you want.
Oh, thank you. That's why I do my animations, so I can post them on Twitter.
And I thought I was finally done with this, like drawing his feet at weird angles when I did it the first time. But nope, I have to do it again.
Like Spotify, when your playlist finishes, it just like randomly plays whatever it wants.
Oh, really? Not
Maybe it's
even
not that random
similar?
because it didn't change genre, but I
Okay.
was like, it's not what I should be listening right now.
What are you listening to?
I was listening to some lo-fi stuff, and then I don't know what I'm listening. It's like I've never heard of it before. Well, now I put on some synthwave. Apparently, it has churches in it, so maybe not exactly. Jurjurs, as they are pronounced. Man, the Theropods update, and I keep spawning it.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that, but I thought you were busy doing the whole Steam thing.
Thing is, it's the first time I'm actually going to shoot this myself because I usually have a friend who helps me with the camera at work. But because it's a lockdown now, I don't expect him to come and help me. Just planning to do this myself, and it's kind of stressing me out.
It's fine, and I did mine by this myself. Why are you stressed by it?
Because I have to like set up the tripod and camera and lighting and all that, and make sure it records on my computer. And after all that, then I need to like sort of figure out what I'm saying, which I have, but it's also.
Yeah, setting up wise isn't.
I'm actually
shouldn't be
thinking.
that much
Well,
of an
okay,
issue.
so my phone, what I'm using now as a camera is my phone. It's not that great. Like you can see. Well, actually, you can't see, but because I'm a tiny box on the side of the screen, you can't see shit. So I'm thinking of like borrowing my roommate's phone to do that, but I felt bad to ask him like, "Can you give me your phone?" Because it's his fucking phone.
Yeah. I think. I don't know. Do a test video or something on your one and see what it's like, because it doesn't have to be great. It is literally like
No,
this.
but
Like,
I'm embarrassed to use like shitty quality. I
why?
could, I could possibly. I have another friend with a camera, so I could possibly like politely ask them, "Would you like to come for an hour and do this?"
Is that allowed? Also, is it wise?
It is and it isn't. Like you can probably go. It's not that. I'm not that far from them, so I can probably just like hop.
You can what?
It is allowed if you have like a reason to be out, I guess. But
Oh, you're wanting to film
if they
outside?
catch you without a good reason to be outside, then they can give you a fine.
You're wanting to film outside?
No, in my house, but
Oh.
someone has to get outside their house to come here.
Yeah, but are people allowed in your house?
I mean, yeah.
Because like around here, that's not allowed.
Oh, yeah. They haven't said anything about people not allowed in houses. Like they did have special rules during the holidays, so as in like no more than one family or like 9 people or something.
Mm.
Obviously, like gatherings are not really allowed, but no one's gonna check how it happens. But it's not like I've been to any gatherings in houses. The only issue is like how do you get out of your house if you don't have like a good excuse. And then obviously after 9 here, there's a lockdown, so no one should be out of their house unless they explicitly have something to do. But that kind of still applies anyway. Didn't plan on doing anything after 9.
Ooh, thanks for the hydrate. I really wouldn't worry too much about the quality. It's the content that's more important.
Yes and no, I guess. I don't know.
No, definitely,
Um,
yes. All it is a
it's almost
Kickstarter
yeah,
update
because my job to
video.
do video editing as well. So
It,
I don't want to bring the standards down
I
too
get
much.
that, but we're in a pandemic at the moment. It's really, personally, I think it's not a good idea to have someone round your house and risk giving them the virus, risk
I don't have a
them
virus.
giving you the virus. When did you last go out?
I don't know, 2 days ago to the supermarket, but
Yeah,
I
so
was
you,
tested like recently.
yeah, but after that you went to the supermarket, so there is the possibility that you do have it.
Oh, I mean, with that, yeah, there's always a possibility of having it in that
Yeah,
case. You always
exactly,
like
but that's
the
my
possibility
point.
you get it today.
Things are bad at the moment that I don't think it's worth just having better quality on a video, like, for that. It is all I mean.
Yeah, I don't know. I agree with you on one hand, but on the other hand, I don't know how there's a limit on how careful someone can be without like completely isolating themselves from anything. I'm not saying going to parties or like going to gatherings, but
Yeah, necessities are important.
yeah, but isn't like seeing other people a necessity after a while?
Personally, I don't think so, but I do get that. Like,
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I'm talking about a lot of ifs because I don't want to like sound like I'm completely insensitive because I'm not. I'm not saying like, for example, you should go to London, which is like far away and like you have a lot of traveling to do to see like some people. But if they're like in the neighborhood and you happen to go out, you could see them or something.
no.
Is
No, but
that
like
that's where I
we're,
draw my line at least.
I don't know. I guess we're over the top just because we have people that we care about that we don't want to get the virus.
Yeah, okay.
So
Like
we are not
I don't
meeting.
interact with anyone who's like old enough or like whatever to get it. It's only gonna be like, and I haven't really seen anyone actually for like since before the new year, other than my roommate. On the other hand, like imagine if I told you like you don't want to endanger the staff at the supermarket when you go out. Like I'm technically right, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, so shopping for food is a necessity. I only do it once every fortnight on purpose to try and minimize the amount of times that I do go out.
I was gonna when I was waiting my COVID results, I wanted to, like actually a few days later, I was thinking of ordering supermarket groceries my house,
Yeah,
but then I found out that I need to have like a really high amount of
you have to spend
uh,
enough, right? Like,
I had to spend enough,
yeah.
and I didn't need that much.
It's yeah, I find that it must be difficult when you're shopping for one person as well, because you don't
And also like
need
it
as
was
much
gonna
stuff.
come like a couple of days later, not even like the next day, and I kind of need them soon because I wouldn't have any food.
Mm.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go on like a time that there's not enough people. I'm gonna take every precaution and just go and get it.
Yeah, for me, like, I'd like to get our food online because yeah, minimizes contact with other people, but I
You're
feel
not in a
like,
neighborhood to get to.
sorry.
Are you not in a neighborhood that's easy to get to, or like it comes early enough?
No, definitely people do get food because I've seen like vans go by our road, but no, it's not that. It's just I feel like it's very difficult to get a slot, so I feel like I'd be taking it away from someone who's needs it more than
Yeah,
I do. Sorry?
don't think that. I don't think that's an issue.
There, of course, an issue. There are plenty of people that are living on their like, or basically maybe old, and it's hard for them to get out. They don't have transport. Like for example,
I agree with that, but that's like assuming that you're a problem and like what the person who delivers them or the company should have already worked out because it's been like, that's their job and they've had a lot of time to figure it out. So I assume that they're just doing their job right to accommodate everyone. And
no,
it's not you
we've got a car and we're capable of going to the shops. So I feel like we're fine in going to the shops. Like I don't want to take that slot away from other people that would need it more than I would.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is like these are two different arguments. You can go, sure, but I don't think you're taking it away from anyone.
It's very difficult to get a slot here. Like you say, there's been plenty of time. Like this has been going on for like I don't know how long now. Almost a year. So I think they've increased the deliveries they do, but still, I
Yeah,
don't think it's
they
quite enough.
probably got figured out. There you go.
That's better.
Right, CEO, I gotta go do some uni work. Been very nice watching you guys animate. Can't wait for the game. See ya.
Thanks
See
for
you, Lotzi.
stopping
Thanks for
by.
sticking around. Thank you for
Thanks for the
featuring us in the
follow.
video. Actually, I'm
Yeah.
gonna link Lotzi's video in the chat because he did a very nice upcoming dinosaur games video, and we're in it. And you know, maybe you wanna discover more dinosaur games.
Yeah.
Things are the scrolling is fine, right?
Yeah, I think so.
There you go. So I remember I have an idle animation of her sitting. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have her go from crawling to sitting.
So every time she stops, she sits.
Yeah, maybe.
The heck?
Nice, Nathan.
Wow, 79 comments.
I've never done any of those tweets where like asking for people's opinions, but yours actually seems like. Do you generally agree with what people are saying? I mean, you did say that you thought the animation looks weird. During the animation looks weird, but you're staring stills. No conflicting opinions.
I had a brief look at it on my phone, but I couldn't properly see the difference. I feel like I need to see it higher quality, like on my screen, bigger.
I'm not sure I personally want people's opinions that much on the stuff I'm making.
I would, since they're the people who are going to be playing the game.
It's like playtesting, which is like things that I can't have any. Or that I would ask people who are like, you know, if they're like game designers or someone who I trust their opinion, that's what I'm going to ask. But like maybe some people are like feeling obliged to say their opinion just because they were asked, whatever it might be. Doesn't matter, it's true. Every one of those people is wrong. Obviously, my opinion is the correct one. Yep, sounds like. Tax is always right. That's a minor thing, but apparently people go nuts for 3D pixels. Am I? I wouldn't know where to begin with making a 3D game. Part of me still has this 90s mentality of like 3D. Wow, that's true. Nathan, do you miss like AGS and 2D? Or are you like that's too much frame by frame animation? Go away. I remember when Sonic 3D Blast came out, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Yeah. Oh, how low our standards were back then. The thing is, with 2D games, they never look like they aged badly. I mean, sometimes they do because the resolution is like bullshit, but usually 2D games are like timeless. So that's my opinion.
Yeah, no, that's true. It's like in film, even using oh god, I'm gonna get this wrong. Using visual effects and special effects,
also, yeah.
which is the one that's special effects, the real stuff. No,
A lot of them. What do you mean?
no. What? Which one's is visual effects the one that's done digitally?
The first film that had this.
So what?
Or yes.
No, what is the difference between visual effects and special effects? One is like effects that are used. Basically, okay, fine. Lord of the Rings uses one of them, and that's why it looks so much better than The Hobbit, which uses a lot of the digital one. Hey, Vortex.
He was summoned by Lord of the Rings.
Sorry?
Talk.
Do you get what I mean?
I was summoned by the Lord of the Rings talk. So, are you meant to say that there's a film that used visual effects first and was shit, or?
No, you're you're adding extra words to what I'm saying. Hold on, let me look up. Let me look it up myself. Don't worry. Yeah, I had it the right way around. Films that use visual effects age a heck of a lot more than films that use special effects. There we go. That's what I mean. Do you get it?
Can you repeat that term?
Films with visual effects age a lot more than special effects. Special effects are the practical ones. They're not added later. They're not digital necessarily. So, for example, in Lord of the Rings, they use a lot of what they call bigatures, which are miniature versions of the set, but they're big miniatures. Instead of So basically, Minas Tirith, this big, like, it's not a castle, building, they made a miniature version of it that was pretty big, and they did the cameras, like, they filmed it instead of creating that set in 3D.
Yeah, true, but it also has like a ton of visual effects, like that are well made, like the army.
I'm not. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that using the special effects, I reckon makes it looks a lot better looking at it, further down the line, like in Star Wars as well.
Yeah.
In Star Wars as well, is that true?
Do
they use a lot of visual effects?
In general, that special effects like always look great, but I think it's the way you use everything. Like the first Jurassic Park, for example, had like a ton of like animatronics and pop.
Yeah, which is why I think it ages a lot better than just using visual.
But it also had visual effects.
No, I'm not.
Like
I'm not saying solely using it. I'm just saying, in general, I feel like special effects ages better.
That's one hand, and the other one is like I think whatever is more convincing for your actual actors to interact with.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
That's it, and like feel like they're present around it and they act. I think that also plays like a huge part in like the believability.
Yeah.
Of the whole thing.
Obviously, it also depends on how well visual effects are done, but like it progresses a lot more than special effects in that sense, so you can tell the age of it more.
Yeah, especially with the first ones, you can definitely tell. Yeah, I don't know. There was a craze in Hollywood where they were doing all these like digital creatures, and they.
Hobbit uses too much chicken. Yeah, there's way too much visual effects in The Hobbit, which is a lot to do with why I don't like it all that much.
I still haven't seen the third Hobbit film. So I hear it's horrible.
Did you answer Vortex Prime's question about your earphones? Are they Razer Hammerhead earphones?
No, where is he saying that?
Oh, further up.
Oh, right. Are those Razer Hammerhead? They're definitely Razer. I think they're Hammerhead. I think you nailed it. I don't remember exactly, but that seems to be true what you're saying. Wait, I have the case here. Oh, they don't say anything, but that's the case. It's pretty cute.
I feel like I couldn't bring myself to pay a shit ton of money on earphones because I feel like they always break. But then again, I think those ones are good quality and they don't.
Yeah.
Because my friend of mine has,
Sorry,
my friend of mine bought some really expensive ones. I don't think they were Razer, and I think they lasted like quite a long time.
I got these like for 3 years now, and they're the only ones that haven't broken.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I'm very happy. And I'm also, one of the reasons I got them was that I wanted noise canceling ones for when I went like on the subway back there when you could and not get corona. So I really like that. And especially like I also have like those kind of headphones, which is, these ones are also Bluetooth and I really like them. But after a while, like my ears start really hurting when I have them on for like hours.
I like these ones because my ears fit inside them. They're not squishing them down or anything.
Oh, you have the same pair of Vortex Prime. One side's cut out because of loose connection and can get okay. They do have really good. Yeah, I feel like the sound is really good on these. I prefer them for streaming now because my head doesn't hurt and can move around left and right to look at screens easily. I'm very happy with the headphones. I haven't actually been using them for ages because I've used the other ones, the Marshall ones. But also these are better for what's going on.
Sorry, I was reading chat. That's what Nevik Link said. Hobbit uses too much chicken, and then he corrected it to children, and then he corrected it to CGI. I thought it was a weird thing to say. On The Mandalorian, they went back to using miniatures and CG.
Well, Mandalorian also uses these gigantic screens where they're have you guys seen that? Where they shoot on set? I asked you, Sarah, if what's behind the scenes, but I don't know if you have.
No, I have not.
Do you know how they shoot the Mandalorian? They basically have like a gigantic studio, which is like a screen behind them that's like on a curve, like a big curvy screen. And this screen projects like in when the camera moves, it projects in Unreal, like the Unreal Engine. It projects like real-time rendered backgrounds, right? So when the camera moves, also the backgrounds move, and it feels like you're actually have correct parallax. But the best thing is that because they have screens, all the lights are like on set. So like the lights like naturally shine on the armor and all that.
Okay.
The sun.
Yeah.
So it feels like so much like you're there. That's like such a smart way to do it. And they don't have to like build that many sets. Like they just build like whatever you need to interact with, and the rest is like, video game basically.
Real-time VR rendering.
Yeah, what I want to say about these headphones is also that when it's super hot in Greece, you don't want to have like a sweaty thing on all over your head. So these earphones are like really good. I haven't decided if I don't have anything Apple related, but that's why I don't have the wireless little, what are they called, earpods.
Yeah.
And I also feel like if you buy these, they cost a fortune, and I feel like terrified I'll lose them because they seem to be really. But I did have like a Chinese knockoff, and it really was very convenient to use when I was going to the gym to like just like have them around and not have like a cord getting stuck on me.
What was in the Silmarillion in The Hobbit? Oh, what in The Hobbit was from the Silmarillion?
The Hobbit's embarrassing. They butchered the.
Yeah, it's kind of a. I feel bad though how like it was meant to be a different director and then they had to sort of like change things last minute. I don't know what probably happened, but
yeah, but
no
if you get Peter
Jackson
as the different director, it's pretty much like not getting a different director, I guess. But I understand because they had an issue because Guillermo del Toro was like working on it for ages, and then he was like, bye, and then.
Yeah, like no wonder it was a mess.
Yeah, and then poor Peter Jackson had to like rush and like make everything work together. I felt really bad when I was behind the scenes of Peter Jackson, like being so fucking stressed during making this film and saying, yeah, because they were saying how in the first Lord of the Rings they had a year to make all like the armor for the orcs and the swords, and now they were just rushing and they were going from like the workshop straight to the set. It was like such a help to like make this. Well,
Yeah.
before they just had so much like time to like think about it and work.
It was planned properly.
Legolas is Neil.
The Hobbit
Yeah,
uses too much chicken. Sounds like the punchline to why do Tolkien characters make terrible Subway employees?
I use too much chicken in my diet.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely. The Hobbit is tiny compared to the Lord of the Rings. The Lord of the Rings is 6 books. The Hobbit's 1 book. Yeah, making it 3 was a bad move in my opinion.
Also, I'm still waiting for Peter Jackson to make like a good film after Lord of the Rings. He made this like Immortal Engines or whatever, which I haven't seen, but I heard that it was pretty mediocre, and I was a bit disappointed because I wanted to see like the next big thing from him.
One question you should never ask a Lord of the Rings fan.
What if they like the Hobbit movies?
I don't know. The studio made them make it 3.
Why didn't the Eagles just fly for the Mordor in the first place? Sleeping? What's the official? We're too busy taking the hobbits to Isengard? I don't know. Surprised, Sarah, that you never arranged for a trip to New Zealand just to go to the Hobbit village and nerd out.
No, I'm alright.
You're right. Oh, Jesus, do I... Oh no, everyone's posting about the adventure thing, and now I feel like start doing more social media stuff about this. I thought I'll do this today, I can do it tomorrow.
Wait, oh, the Steam thing?
Yeah, my feed is like full of like this event now.
The real Hobbit hole is in South Africa, by the way. Ew,
Hobbit hole? As in like what, the house? Wait, Tolkien had a house in South Africa?
He was born in South Africa.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Was he born in South Africa?
He was the greatest person ever, and I know he fought in a war, but I don't know.
No, he was in South Africa, but like, am I right saying he was born there?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he is South African, yeah. He was born in Bloemfontein.
Yeah, the England part is the one I knew. Not that I'm an expert in Tolkien.
My grandmother was born in South Africa.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, not the one I've met. The grandmother.
Yeah.
Wait, the grandmother from the UK or the grandfather from Mauritius?
No, my
The
grandmother
UK one.
from the UK.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, is this like a popular place to be born if you're from, if you live in the UK later?
I'm not entirely sure why. They were in South Africa, but yeah, it's weird. Like, it's got nothing to do with me.
But technically, both of your grandmothers have been born in Africa, then. Practically, not technically.
Is Mauritius technically Africa? I guess it kind of is. I wouldn't really call it Africa. Sorry?
Isn't it the continent of Africa, or am I wrong?
Yeah.
Wait, you don't have
super...
to guess. It literally is gonna tell
No, it is. I know it is, but I don't particularly... It's not really Africa. It has... I mean, it's an island, so it's like off of the actual like mainland Africa. But it's so...
African nation in the Indian Ocean, it says on Wikipedia.
It's so... No, I know it is. technically part of the continent, but I don't really feel like it is. It has such like Asian influence.
You're not getting African vibes from it?
Well, I don't either from like from Namibia, because it's colonized by Germans or Dutch.
That's what she said. That's a joke.
Germany.
Is acceptable frame? Who knows? That's weird. So, could we have like an in-between transition every time she stops scrolling to go back to the idol? That's the thing.
Sorry, ask the question again. A little bit simpler.
So what I want to do you see like my picture, my screen?
Mm-hmm.
So I have this, which is the idol, and then this, which is the walk cycle, scroll cycle.
Crawl
whatever.
cycle, yeah. So you want every
And
time
every
she
time
stops.
you stop, it goes here because all of her animations, they're gonna start from this one.
All of her animations are gonna start from that one. Yep.
But is there a point to like when you stop walking or when you click, like have 2 frames of her going from this to that, which I'm gonna animate now?
I don't know. Probably.
Okay. Because usually what we do is like walk cycle, then goes to idle. Walk cycle goes to idle. But this one I felt like it needs to transition.
Yeah, because that's just like one frame.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
The deep natural spring somewhere in Namibia. They don't know how deep. They never reached the bottom, but apparently loads of cannons and ammunition were dumped in there at the end of World War II. That sounds like a movie.
Where's that?
They don't know.
Secret Nazi cache. Yeah, where is it?
Oh, you've been there?
Yeah, where is it?
Sarah, you've been there, Sarah. You should know.
That's why I'm asking where it is. Don't give me like some grid reference or something. The name of the place.
What's the coordinates on that map?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Let me get the location. I hate this. It makes me feel like I'm working so slowly. But I'm not.
To animate the Amazon again, having phrases.
You sent it to Discord? Achikoto. Achikoto? When did we go there? Northwest of Sumab. Was that a long time ago? I don't remember that. What did you say?
Or that
World War
you
Two.
you went that much time ago? Don't you remember, Sarah? We went during the World War One.
That's super pretty. It's like a nice, just like very round lake. The lake was a dumping ground for German Schutztruppe during World War One. In June 1915, German troops dumped war materials in the lake before surrendering to stop the South African and British troops from using them. Most of the larger pieces have been recovered and are displayed in Sumeb Museum, but at least 2 cannons, along with quantities of ammunition, are still in the lake. It
It's a
can be
story
viewed with a
cannon.
special diving permit. Yeah, it looks like a good diving location. We must have gone there when I was like young, because I don't remember that. What were you saying?
It's a good diving location where cannons from the war go into. I also ask if the story is canon.
The diameter of the lake is 102 meters. Its depth is supposedly a maximum of 300 feet. Wow. Plus, according to scans, 300 plus. According to the Namibian Tourism Information Organization, the depth varies from 62 meters at the sides, even that's deep, to 100 meters in the center, and in some places leading off from the side, depths of 100 meters have been recorded. No, we can allow that message. Jeez. Oh, where was I? Blah, 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 blah. The lake tapers into a lateral cave system, making it impossible. Imagine, like, yeah, scuba diving down there in caves. That kind of freaks me out. The lake was known to the sun under the name Geisis. Ugly. Why? It looks so pretty. When Herrera moved into the area, they named it Ochikoto, meaning deep hole. In which the lake is situated. Oh, what? Namibia's Ochikoto region, in which the lake is situated, is an alternative spelling of Ochikoto and derives its name from that of the lake. The first Europeans discovered the lake were Francis Galton and Carl Johan Andersen, who, during their search for Lake Nagami, came upon Ochikoto Lake in 1851. What? What's Lake Nagami? No, that's not why it was censored. It was censored for Lake Nagami. For the name of the lake. Yeah. Oh wow, looking at that text for too long, this white on black has made me see lines across my screen now. On my animation. Yeah, when did we go to that lake? I think it's just because the word looks too similar to another word. I don't know why. It's a like a bot that does it, I think. I don't know. The bot isn't really set up that great. But yeah, we were very young, so that makes sense why I don't remember it. And my memory is pretty awful anyways. It's a shame. It looks, yeah, really nice. I like it. Why can't I hear people?
You hear people.
I don't know.
It's almost like the Sixth Sense, but not as metaphysical. I hear people.
I hear people.
Okay, cool. Cool kid, thanks for whispering that.
I hate walk cycles, and I'm not even animating it, really. I kind of am. Just in the sense that it's hard to see what's going on. I'm quite enjoying programming, sort of. I think it's a lot more exciting and nicer programming with finished art than with the bad prototype art.
Should we stop prototyping things?
Well, the fact that I've deleted, well, not deleted, I'm redoing everything anyways. It feels like, what was the point? But I'm not quite. I'm reusing the code. I feel like it. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Unless we're, I don't know. Well, it's weird because you wanted to prototype, but you didn't want to prototype with like shitty art, which I wanted to do. You wanted to prototype with like the mixture of shitty art and final art. So
Yeah.
I think we can, if we want to prototype, like, if we want to prototype, we should like be even shittier at prototyping,
Yeah,
and
we
then
can try
just like
that.
do the final one. Like, have you seen how shitty like the art looks for like what's it, I games, where they just like use different characters or placeholders and stuff?
No.
Like, I'm not calling it shitty because they tried and made it shitty. They literally like didn't care. They just like added things to move around and like open inventories, and they just wanted to see how it works.
It is the better way of doing
By
it.
they, I mean one person did it. I think we did way too much work just for a prototype, and we could have like made it even shittier. So if we're gonna scrap everything, we might as well. I don't know.
Scrap everything. What?
Yeah.
Why are the
If the goal is like just check something quickly, then we could. So far, am I drawing?
Only you know. I'll be right back.
Bye. Why is your head like a potato? Fuck. Oh, nice. I typed in chat something instead of pressing a hotkey on flash. So B. No, Nasser's gonna come back and I have to explain to her why there's a B on set. See what I have to deal with. Frames for sharing my being. Where's this arm? No. Looks like a lot of frames just to be doing for transitional animation. crawling, so it seems she needs to be sneaking, which means that she needs to kind of be slow, and we can have like really sudden movements. This is too slow, but it looks correct as an animation. But just I imagine that this is like switching between the walk cycle and the idle position. And if every time you click on her to walk and she takes like a second just to go back to like idle, this might feel really annoying when you're playing. Bad idea what was thinking, I don't know. I'm torn between making good animation and making the game feel good.
I am back.
Oh no.
Why are you typing B and...
Because I mixed the windows and I was pressing hotkeys and flash, but I managed to press somehow. And the enter is a hotkey in Flash for playing animation back.
Yeah. So... Oh, what? You press B and then enter?
Yes, and the deluxe stocks, I said like, oh no, I have to explain now to Sarah why there's a B in chat. And the deluxe stock press B just confused things even further. Make it look like it's a thing. I was saying how it looks okay now, but I'm hoping it doesn't take too long every time to go from idle to like her transitional animation.
How many
and then you have
frames?
to wait for a billion years. It's not gonna look that bad because it's gonna go like whoop, whoop, whoop,
How many
whoop,
frames
whoop.
is it?
1, 2, 3, 4, and the fifth one is one is like the first frame is the first one of the walking. It's 3 frames, I guess, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm sure it's doable.
This is idle. This is.
I think
like,
it would look fine.
It literally has 3 frames in
Just
between.
have no idea how to do it.
With these frames. Fucking foot. What are you doing? Like, boing, boing. How does it go from here to there? Wait, something's wrong.
Really?
Look at this post. Ding dong. I'm so happy we kept streaming and now we have like 11 viewers, which is super cool. Like, I just remembered how we 12, 13. Just remember, unless this is bugged, but whatever. I imagine like the first time we streamed, it was just me and Sarah for like 3 hours, and now everyone's here. I'm just like appreciate you guys being here, not taking it for granted. Super cool.
Yeah.
It's very nice to like know that people care about pixely dinosaurs and stupid crawling animations.
And shitty puns.
Shitty puns is the main reason. I'd never advertised that when you came here. That's like, you came for the dinos, you stayed for the puns. Oh, thanks, Deluxe. Yeah, I mean, it's really nice because like now we also got to know all of you when we started streaming, so it's kind of like having new friends. Cool. Actually, the friends who I interact with the most during this pandemic, anyway. On such like a regular basis, because you know it's as possible to go out with my local friends for a drink as it is with you, because no one is going to do anything. Nothing better to do. Fix your ending, Nathan. I prefer the first frame of this conversation where you weren't saying those things. I'm joking. I don't. I know you're shit talking. Maybe this frame should be better. Yeah. Chop off this leg. This is the weirdest frame, but who cares? It's gonna be fast. This is a conversation we have a lot with Sarah, especially when I try to take one of her pixels and bastardize it with from Photoshop. I'm like, this is like an animation that's gonna be one frame that's going by really fast. Sarah's terrified that if you pause it, it's gonna look horrible. Which is like,
He made an animation
even
of.
the frames I draw though, when you pause them, they can look horrible because that's how animation works. But yeah, I get.
Yeah, no, but like
Get what you
it not only looks horrible, it just breaks. Okay, still
Sure.
it is pixel perfect, isn't it? But like the one that
Yeah.
you did, you took the tiny little dinos that we have in chapter 2, and he made them go from the running animation I did to jumping onto something. And
I'm not saying they don't look shit. I'm just saying that if you pause them, they do.
but like
They don't.
it's
They cannot be resolved.
rotated. He rotated things and all that, but it's like pixels that are just floating in midair, not connected and stuff like that. And I hate it. It didn't take me long to fix, so it's fine. But yeah, just
Nathan's being nice, so nice. Saying it's having great company while I work because it's getting to be so lonely. The thing is, like, it was pretty lonely before streams for me and Sarah too, because it's not like we really jumped on Discord and just like worked with chatting. Like we're actually doing this now. Like it's not
yeah,
like
we
we were doing
already
it before.
did that.
And at first, I thought it was a good idea because it would force me into a schedule. I mean, it was Sarah's idea to stream, but I was like, maybe then I can I can turn this into a habit of working like as if I would be working office hours, which I should have been doing that originally, but I wasn't. But now it does feel like it's we turned this into a habit. So even though we made we're streaming less hours now, but it feels like it's not like we don't work the rest of the week because we have to anyway.
Huh?
Not like any other job, but
Oh,
I'm
it's
saying
not
we're-
like
it's
we
only-
don't. We are. Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say, what are you talking about?
Yeah, routine is important in Vortex Prime, but I mean, most you guys, like I know you're an indie game developer as well, and Second is, but you guys know how hard it is to basically force yourself into a schedule when you don't have anyone breathing over your neck or whatever, or where everything is up to you. I'm not saying you shouldn't but it's the temptation of like doing anything else other than working, especially when it's hard and you're figuring things out, is like great. Like it took me a long time, and it's still taking me more time to just like get myself into the habit of like working on like making this into a habit, basically. That's why I'm envious, like sometimes of people who are like office jobs, because I know they have a standard schedule of waking up and going to work and all that, and for when you do that by yourself, it doesn't come as easily. But when you have what I mean is like if you have a job with a boss and you can like not go because you're gonna get fired and lose everything, then it turns into a second nature. But the temptation of like not waking up on the time that you say yourself you are, it's like way easier for this to happen.
I
when
don't
you're, like-
have an issue with it. My only thing is like if something comes up or someone wants to play games who's only around during the week, I'll then be like, yeah, sure, you can play games on like a weekday, and then I tell myself I'll work on the weekend instead, which I think is kind of a bad habit. It's more like
might
flexibility
not
of
be.
your time. You kind of don't take
You
your
have to be
time
really
as
flexible.
I don't take my time as precious as it should be. Like if someone says, oh, are you free to do this, I'll be like, yeah, but whereas I shouldn't, because like during the week I should be working on the game instead of shuffling my time around.
I think what you say about flexibility is super important. Or like even if you like don't do it for a day, you have to like be flexible and nice to yourself and be like, I did this now, but tomorrow like this is not happening again. So it's like you just accept what happened and then you keep doing what you were supposed to do. I feel like. Because what matters, I think, is like not like that you're perfect every day in your streak, but that you have like a tiny little bit of progress every time. I think it's way more important than perfection.
I love not having someone over me, a boss.
Hey,
I don't
take
think
that
I'm
back.
that.
That's like my interpretation of a boss now.
I've had enough
I
bad situations where like I
Yeah.
hate working for other
was about to say
people.
that. I was about to say that every time I worked for someone else, I was always like bitter and I hated them. I obviously know that this is part of my personality too, but
Okay,
I never worked.
I had a boss I really liked and I'm still friends with, but still beyond that, there are people above him who are idiots. Nathan's
But
gonna
what's
get the
Nathan
Scott
talking about?
Pilgrim game. There's a new Scott Pilgrim game? Which
I
Scott
don't
Pilgrim
know.
game?
It feels like I woke up like 5 years ago and Nathan's like talking about the brand new Pixel game that came out. Unless they're making a new Scott Pilgrim game, because I know they released one that was like a beat 'em up with pixels.
That's the only one I know.
Yeah. Also, sorry, you work in retail. I'm talking about I worked in offices, and that's where I kind of hated. Didn't hate them, but I hate the way people operated.
I'm happy I've never been in that situation. I really don't want to ever be in that situation. The idea of working in
I
an
feel
office like sounds like a nightmare to me.
yeah, it does. Especially I don't know. I prefer like when I work for like someone else to be like, what's the work job I have to do? Let me do it. I'll give it to you in time. And if we need to discuss anything, obviously we are. But I don't want people constantly next to me, like interrupting me when I work.
Yeah. River
Oh, it's
City
re-released.
Girls.
Okay.
Oh, why is it being
I would look
re-released?
at it or something.
River City Girls.
Yeah, I think everyone needs to have a few shitty jobs to appreciate not having shitty jobs.
Yeah,
Or
that's
like
true.
to see what the other side of the coin is, to be like, you know what, I know what it's like to work on retail, I know what it's like to work on a desk job for someone else. I fucking hate that. So if if I want to make some money and not go back to that, I better fucking get my shit together and start like and you know, do my own thing, but properly do it. Because if I half-ass it, then I'm gonna go back to the shitty jobs. It's like the fear of like having the shitty life is like what's pushing us, I guess, in a way. A job where I unloaded boxes from a truck at 5 a.m. outside in the cold.
Did you? Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying that.
Deluxe I am.
Yeah, that sounds horrible. I unpacked boxes at 5 a.m. In the heat. Well, I worked for like a shitty retail company, and so I did deliveries sometimes overnight, and it was clothes, but it was so hot that because the stockroom was downstairs in like the lower level, it's like a basement essentially, and they expected you to take the boxes down there to like unpack them, but it was way too hot. Like it was cooler up top than it was down below because there's no ventilation down there. So I refused to do that. Unpacked my boxes on the top, and I didn't give a shit what they said to me about it. And then I went downstairs, put everything away that I had done. Obviously, the whole delivery wasn't finished because there wasn't enough time to do it in, and they expected me to stay like beyond that time. Like I'd been working from like 10 or 9 p.m. till like 6 a.m. Is that realistic? 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that is. And they expected me to stay longer, so I said nope. Because like one of the people working there as well had like fainted from the heat, passed out, and had to be taken to like a hospital or something. Yeah, it was that bad. It was in summer. So like I said, yeah, that's not gonna happen. And then they sort of look at me like they tried to threaten you and things like that, but they can't do anything about it because like it was really bad conditions to be working in anyways at that heat. So I just walked out and it was fine.
I know a company here who's like famous for being shitty because it just like attracts like foreign people who are like, you know, obviously not Greek, who speak like their own language, and it's kind of like a telemarketing thing or whatever. Like the big companies hire them basically to be on phones or like whatever.
Yeah.
So that means that they're paying you. It's like kind of minimum wage, but people who are like want to travel to this country and they're young, it's like it's chance to find a job. I heard some stories from some people I met from there that there was like a big earthquake here at some point last year, and before the virus, and they didn't let them evacuate because they didn't have an order from like high up. So like there was just fucking earthquake happened. They were like in a building trapped, and they were like, "No, you can't evacuate because we don't have a specific order." And they were like, "Fuck you, we're leaving this building."
Good.
Yeah, I think some of them did, but it's like they're so like scaring everyone that they're gonna they threaten them, they're gonna fire them, and like every like shitty manager has like a shitty manager above them, so everyone's terrified of the chain of command that
Yeah.
they just like don't even think.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard of things to do with coronavirus as well. Where people, one person, member of staff, like got the virus, or a couple did, and it was at home self-isolating. But the management did not want to tell the rest of the staff what had happened. Because technically everyone should go home and self-isolate or get themselves tested or something like that, but they just kept the information to themselves, which is so wrong.
Yeah, because they didn't want to get people in trouble or like stop production and be the ones who are in.
They just didn't want people to go home and meaning not making any money because the shop has to close down.
This is such a this is almost as a short-term solution, because like it's gonna be so much worse like in a few days if you just let it play out with like a virus.
Yeah. I do kind of get it to some degree, because like I've been a manager of a shop, or like not manager, assistant manager for a short period, and you have so much pressure put on you to make money and to hit targets and stuff like that. It's a lot of pressure, and the only thing that makes the job worth doing is the bonus that you get if you reach those targets.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're working for pretty bad money. So I kind of get it, but it's just really wrong.
But don't they understand that in like 3 weeks from now, like no one's gonna be able to work, and like the whole store is gonna shut down if they don't do something? Like it's gonna be way worse, is what I mean.
No, a lot of them just don't have a brain capable of thinking.
So it's like,
for themselves.
It's such a short-term solution, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, when you're talking about people working from like another country, that's where that shit place I worked at was Zara, and everyone who worked there were not from the UK, pretty much from Spain, or like mostly Spain, and they were too scared to say anything against the management, because they were scared of losing their job, because it means they'd then have to go back to their country if they couldn't get another job. But like they use that to instill fear. Such a bad company.
Well, I mean, the one I mentioned, like the companies are not like small companies; they're like Dropbox and Apple and shit like that, and it's just like, they're fucking horrible. It's like their departments here, but it's not like exactly them. It's like they're like the company that is in charge is like, it's up to them how shitty they are, I guess, because they're the ones in charge in a way, but they work as like through them.
Yeah.
Apple works through that big company, and everyone else works through that big company to hire people and like do the telemarketing or whatever.
Okay.
But still, it's Apple or whatever. Yeah, also exposed how stupid office jobs are sometimes. It's like you just now realize that there's so many jobs you don't need to be physically there to do. That's insane. So there's your favorite animation ever.
I feel like she's playing with records on a record player. You know, like a DJ. Yeah. The good old retail days.
This record.
I don't regret working in retail. It taught me to stand up for myself.
Yeah.
Like standing up to my manager who was trying to convince me to quit. She's such an idiot.
I stand up for myself so well that they fired me after 10 days. Well, I mean, that was a fucking horrible job. I had to do some editing work, and they, first of all, they had me stay up until 5 in the morning because of some deadline that they made up. Not that I wasn't working, I was like not taking a fucking break just to meet their deadlines. And then as I went home, they told me like come back to work tomorrow like super early, and I was like, what the fuck, can I like sleep? And they were like, oh, we're gonna sleep when we're dead. And I was like, good conversation, bro. And I was like, in my head, fuck you, I'm going to come when I'm relaxed,
yeah, Yeah.
Because I worked like fucking overtime with no pay, so obviously
You're
I'm
not
come
gonna
whenever I
work
fucking-
well on being a zombie as well.
Yeah, and also fuck him. I'm not gonna come like properly. But he had deadlines he had to meet, and then in the morning he was calling me and I wasn't replying. Like I was getting ready to go there, but I was like fuck him. And then I reached at work, and like my coworkers were like, he was yelling, he was so angry, and I was like, I don't give a fuck, you can fire me. And then guess what happened the next day?
You got fired.
But he was pretty chill about it. He was like, well, we actually made some mistakes. We didn't really think that well through. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna say that again.
Okay.
And I was actually ready to like quit or like
Yeah.
negotiate of me working a little bit less, as in like a month less from the 2 months that I was supposed to work, because I was gonna physically, not be able to.
Yeah. I would have loved to have been fired. I would have gone straight to like head office to complain about it.
Yeah,
Because it would have been an unfair dismissal if I was fired because I did nothing wrong.
I didn't
That's
have
why they
anyone
didn't.
hired to talk to like you would.
Yeah.
Because I was the highest person I could talk to. But yeah, I don't know. Like it's weird to like be in such a position where you are privileged enough to be able to complain, if you know what I mean. Because if I would be living by myself, like not being able to make rent, I would never be able to. Like I would be too afraid to do that, probably.
Yeah, which is it sucks. Like I hate that so much. They use that.
Hates that they can, yeah, exactly. Hates that they can make this a thing. The thing is, like, having known how shitty some of these jobs are, because when we were like fresh out of college, we idolized those kind of jobs, like in big companies or whatever, because that was like what everyone told us to do. And then it felt like really shitty when you got rejection letters. And now that I actually worked in a few and I've learned more things about how certain industries work, I'm like, maybe I dodged the bullet there.
Yeah.
Because that looks like really shitty.
Yeah, the idea of working for someone else is not great.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, also,
Yeah,
like I wanted to
true.
work at it. I wanted to work when I was in London in like visual effects, in the visual effects industry. I was doing some courses there. I didn't manage to get a job, and I was gutted. But eventually, as time went by, I learned about like visual effects companies. There were so many that were getting ridiculous like low wages because there were so many films being made that you were just like a tiny little ant, like rotoscoping, I don't know, George Clooney's face or like removing dots from his face. So first of all, it sounded like tedious work. Second of all, I heard stories like, what was it, Life of Pi, that film?
Yeah.
It won an Oscar for visual effects, and then the company went under like a month after because they were like shittily paid.
Oh, really?
And the industry was so bad that they were like there was so much competition, and because of all the visual effects companies, that they had ridiculously low wages, and who was paying for it was like the people doing all the rotoscoping, all the shitty visual effect work. So in the end, I was like, yeah, I don't know, I'd rather not do that. Maybe I did dodge the bullet after all. It was obviously a failure on my part to get a job and learn those kind of skills. But on the other hand, I probably would have been really unhappy doing any kind of job that's not that creative.
Yeah, the kind of jobs that I tried to get into, the like prop making, set dressing, and all that. The majority of it was unpaid.
Yep. Fucking yeah. Look at me start internships. When I first moved to the Netherlands, I was looking for like, I don't know, 6-7 months for a job, and eventually the only thing I could find was an internship. Seriously, and I was like, it's not that internships are beneath me, but this one was, because I had way more skills than what they were asking for. But it was a paid internship, still shitty money, but it was better than nothing. Was my And then I could renegotiate like more of a. I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay, so between an internship and a proper salary is a thing called traineeship, and those motherfuckers offered me that instead of like an actual job in between. And then and then they just like never made money out of the project, so kind of became redundant. So it kind of sucked.
Oh, bye, Deluxe Turks.
Bye.
If you're not, yeah, if we're gone. What's the time? Yeah, we probably might be gone. I want to finish this though. I guess I'm kind of not that far off, but I feel like it's going to need tweaking.
Tweaking and retweaking. But yeah, I think it's nice we had all those experiences because now I kind of felt privileged to be able to work on my own game and have like people interested in it and have like funding, and it just feels like
Yeah.
it's hard, but it's the kind of hard that I know because it's up to me. I can up to Sarah of course too, but you know what I mean. Up to me as in like not up to my boss to like make
I am
it
your
succeed.
boss. Yeah.
Fucking bully, more like, but it gives you certain control of freedom.
Yeah.
That
Like,
makes you feel
yeah.
way more I don't know, relaxed. It's like Sarah must know, but just the stress of having someone you work for like not understand what you're going through and like you are not able to do anything and they just like control everything in your life. This is like so frustrating. One of my favorite sayings: "The day you start a job you're passionate about is the last day you'll ever work." Yeah, there's certain I don't know. It's a learning curve, I would say in general. I also used to be like really a bit, I guess, high and mighty about making art and making money. But now I like making money as well as making art, so I'm trying to find ways to combine the two.
What do you mean high and mighty about it?
As in, like, this is my art. I don't care if I make money. If it happens, it happens. Something like that.
Yeah.
Like the most important thing is not that, because I was kind of like I had basically a bad experiences with like that the money making aspect of things. That I thought was like a bit hippie-ish about it, but now I kind of enjoy thinking about ways to make money because I don't know. Maybe I like what we did with Kickstarter and the marketing and all that. That's kind of like seems like a challenge to me now. Like finding your own way to make something marketable. Yeah, I think I get what you mean, Vortex Frame. I think like my goal is basically to like be able to make enough to survive or live with doing what I love. That's my goal, not to get like millions or whatever. Just being self-sustained by things that I produce. Where did this hair go?
Yeah, it's.
I like how I'm doing a pickup animation without checking if it actually. I guess if I do it on this level, it still can apply for the skull or the bush, right?
Yeah.
That's what I kind of assume.
Hopefully.
That's important. A lot of people take a job because it pays well, but they forget that most of their life is spent at their job. The time is life too. You shouldn't slave to make the minority of your life meaningful. The majority counts too. It's exactly what my mom actually said. Like that. You should like your job because your job is basically a huge chunk of your life, and if you don't like that, then that you're not gonna really be able to function. Yeah, I don't think it's you should like just say, oh, it's just a job. It's like where you spend the majority of your time. You can really tune out, huge chunk of your day in and out as not life. This is your life. How about?
Yeah, many don't have that choice.
Yeah, I'm saying even us who are like sort of having this choice now, it's like it requires so much unpaid work and like just like keep trying things that I don't know. It's not like the easiest thing to ask of someone to do. It's not as easy to say just like do your own thing because
Yeah.
like
It's a
we're
risk
taking our
as
sweet
well.
time with this game for like over a lot of years, but at least I'm feeling more confident as we are going into it because we're learning a lot. Like it's a huge learning curve for us, and we're taking our time to figure things out. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm still getting used to the idea of like like it's funny with coronavirus and like everyone working from home now. It feels like it normalized what me and Sarah were doing all this time. It's like and Nathan, I guess, and you, what's your frame? It's just like trying to find a schedule on like a normal life and a work life and the environment that you also spend your time in, and be consistent about it. But these are all skills that need to be learned, habits that need to like you need to do again and again to get into it. It took a while to start, but now I finished 3 animations somehow.
Nice. Oh yeah, I finished none.
Naan, that's my favorite bread.
None.
Yeah.
Not none.
Naan. Pretty sure it was called naan bread.
You make like a shit ton
Are
of
you?
puns
Are
based on
you?
your bad pronunciation.
No. How? Who are
None.
you? Are you Indian to correct my pronunciation of
Well,
naan?
it's non-bread. It's N-A-A-N. It's not.
Oh, it's not an UN. Oh, maybe.
Oh
not.
no. So a nun is a person who a religious person. Like, I don't know what the proper definition of a nun is.
Yeah, I know that.
None and none. Yeah, they are pronounced the same. N-O-N-E and
think
N-U-N. But non is
the fact that it's an Indian
N-A-A-N.
word doesn't mean you can correct me now. You're
Sorry?
out of your jurisdiction. I think the fact that it's an Indian word and not an English one is I can be.
Hey, I've got
I-
no. I've got Indian blood in me.
Where the fuck do you get it? Do you like do a
Mauritius.
transfusion?
What do you mean?
Now Mauritius is Indian. Before it was African, but now.
No, it's technically on the African continent. That's why I'm saying I don't feel like it's a full-on African country. It's got so much Asian influence in it.
Like the influence of correcting people about
Yeah, it gives me the right.
Oh no, Vortex Prime joined the Doveld Harding family into shit talking me.
Yeah, Nathan, it's amazing that we're actually able to do what we are doing. But yeah, now it's like so much more easy to be an independent developer than having to have like a what do you call it, publisher and all that. Not a publisher. What am I trying to say? Where you're like making a game for like a bigger company, and you have to follow so many, do what they say. You can't fully make the game that you want to make.
More explain. Elena is my sister, by the way. Keeps asking me to correct her, but why? The words he comes up with are better than he comes up with words, or instead of scrambled eggs, wait, scrumble? How is it pronounced?
Scrumbled.
Yeah, but how is the other one pronounced?
Scrambled.
Oh, I see. Not sure if my sister has a better accent than me or not. Thing is, me and my sister also have a better accent than 99% of Greece, so that's not a very good sign for the rest of Greece. Right, Sarah? You don't agree that might not be perfect, but there are way shittier ways to speak with a Greek accent.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Googling.
And lamp instead of lamb.
Lamb.
Mini steaks.
I remember my English teacher was explaining to me when I was younger that it's not Tomb Raider, it's Tomb Raider.
Tom
Tomb Raider.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, And Nathan also like, yeah, I don't know, video game publishing changed so much over the years. I still can hardly believe that flash games were actually a way to get money.
Hmm.
Feels like a whole different era now.
Yeah. I guess it is now that Flash is dead.
Yeah, but if you think about it, it's like, what is it, 10 years ago? It's not like 30 years ago. It's still like,
Yeah.
it feels like a different lifetime. It's like right after college for me, I think. It's also crazy to think that we graduated over 10 years ago. Huh?
It does feel like a long time ago, though.
Yeah. But yeah, I never measured things in
Yeah.
decades.
Yeah. Yeah. That does feel weird. Yeah.
It's weird when you start measuring your life in decades. Because it's usually, yeah, I was a kid and now I'm not. And then it starts becoming decades.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, isn't it funny how video games are like, even with the pandemic, actually are not really hurt as an industry?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, on one hand, it's a good and a bad thing. There's so many video games because there's so many. It's kind of harder to get discovered on one hand. But depends on what game you're making, I guess. And we're kind of lucky we picked dinosaur pixel games because that's not and adventure games. That's a pretty small percentage of games making it.
Yeah.
We didn't go for like a 3D battle royale game or a MOBA. So some dog is going crazy there. Like Nathan went for the PS1 horror game genre, which is something I love personally. That's pretty good. Anything with dino stands out. Yeah, but if that was the case, why are there not more dino games? They should be.
It's good there isn't at the moment.
No, I know, but literally one of the reasons that I wanted to make Theropods was like, why are there not more dino games?
Yeah.
This is not that great, but I keep watching it.
Frame from crawl. What? Oh, I thought you were typing something silly on the screen.
Yeah, I wrote frame from crawl so that you know you don't redraw this. This is like
yeah.
This frame you should have drawn it already or like reuse it.
But I haven't.
Also, I never told you what I'm giving you, so ask me for explanation on things that I haven't started explaining. Just writing it so I remember to tell you.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I just thought you were writing something stupid on the screen. Like, it just kind of blocked by your picture, so I was trying to work out what it was. Whoa.
The PC Gamer writers connected me today about a preview. Ooh, nice, Nathan. Congratulations. Two of the most popular flavors of games stand out, zombies and dinos. Maybe I can get a mention of their site, on their site.
Zombie dinos.
If someone made a game with both zombies and dinos.
Oh my god, you should do it. Not zombies and dinos, it has to be zombie dinos.
Fun, but... Is it like dinosaurs come back to life, but they made a horrible mistake instead of like doing it like Jurassic Park? They're actually zombies now. It's like, yeah, I would never want a velociraptor to bite me, let alone turn me into a zombie. Like either way, he's fucking biting me. Space games. We have some space in ours.
Space.
I think space is always overdone in films and in games, but it depends on the times. Like you're never not gonna have a film about space. I would like to make a fucking film about space, but I'm thinking because you literally need a set and then green screen windows to look outside, and then just establishing shots of whatever visual effects shots of space. But yeah, Nathan, that's super exciting. It's nice. It always feels nice when press contacts you instead of you like trying to contact press.
Yeah, it
and
never
not
seems to
getting
work very
replies.
well the other way around. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I think you need to try as well. I'm not saying don't send emails to press.
Yeah.
But I feel like 90% of the time, press finds you. So we're doing about Kickstarter anyway. I think the best thing is social media, from what I say, because just putting things out there means like someone randomly can find you. And Nathan's doing really well on Twitter.
Yep.
That's one of the things I am envious about 3D, because you can just like produce a new GIF like really easily.
Spray paint theropods across Big Ben.
Yeah, if you can do that, I'll totally appreciate it. Hire blimp. I'm playing with the idea of doing like a ridiculous 90s ad or something for a release, but I don't even know if I'm gonna be spending my time doing bullshit or not. Either like these toy commercials or like combined with like 90s video game screens or whatever. Or to the animated thing. Yeah, I don't know what the hell press streamers do. But I think they're like people like us in the way that if they find something on the internet that looks super cool and it's also their job, they might, put some time into researching it.
Yeah, if they find it themselves. Otherwise, they're not gonna. Yeah.
I mean, they don't just wait for an email to come and like, what should I play? Let's check my emails. Like maybe they do, but I think the majority of their time.
No, but I think that's what Nathan just said, that a lot of press and streamers only open emails from PR firms, so they wouldn't like open an email from us, kind of thing.
Yeah. But how forced are they to play that? Like,
What do you mean?
can they just like play the newest big game that comes out instead of like indie games that have been emailed to them by a PR firm? Are they forced to like do that because they have a contract with a PR firm? That's what I don't get.
I think that it just filters out. If they're getting it from a PR firm, it is something that, yeah, maybe they get money from it, maybe not. I don't know.
Like, it does ring true that has any streamer ever said this is a sponsored stream though? Just send keys out to as many streamers as you can before launch. I reckon your game will speak for itself rather than spending money in ads.
Spending money on ads is not a thing. I don't think that is a good thing to do. Or like the best thing is social media.
You also assume that the streamer is gonna open your email and check out the game. Like that's a lot of ifs, I think.
Yeah.
You even if your game is good, that doesn't mean that someone's gonna like just take your word for it or read your email or even open this.
The important thing to do is to make a name for yourself on social media and gather a following.
And the thing is like, okay, Facebook is shit because it has a lot of algorithms. So Twitter feels like the only kind of like word of mouth app that exists right now, especially for video games.
Yeah, Twitter's really
so
good
what usually happens is like people browse on Twitter or like Imgur or like other websites, or Reddit is a lot trickier, but you could also get on Reddit. And then someone discovers a GIF and they're like, ooh, what's that? And that's how it usually happened for us. Like we just keep putting shit out, and eventually like someone discovered it by accident and they messaged us. Also there is a ton of streamers now. That's another thing. But I think, sorry, go on.
No, just reading what Nathan's saying. I think it's more of a two-way relationship. The PR firm only sends over games they think are suitable and meet the right level of quality. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say with no words. Yeah, literally that those games are worthy of looking at than the thousands of, I don't know how many emails they get from indie developers thinking they're making a good game, but like
the Reddit adventure gamer subreddit is so small. Yeah, I started thinking that it's not necessarily a bad thing to belong in a small group though. Like we belong to like the adventure games / point and click group. It's not a huge market if you think about video games, but we're not a huge company, so it doesn't really matter. Like it's enough for us, and it's what we love. So that's why I was saying earlier that we're not making mobile or whatever. At least like if you keep on a genre that has like a dedicated following, even though if it's not like a billion people or whatever, it's still a success in my book at least. Especially if you're starting out, because then you start already with a following. What we're trying to do with Theropods is not also like marketed 100% for like point and click adventure game fans, like hardcore ones. We do, but we also don't. Like that's why we don't have dialogue. That's why I don't know. That's why we're trying to get people in with like the pixel graphics and the dinosaurs and all that. That's why we're not saying it's like Monkey Island, because partly it isn't, but also, Adventure point and click genre is small, but that can also work to advantage. Yeah, exactly. Can easily target the areas. Yeah, we agree there. Saying it just said. Okay, so you were saying that before I said it. Twitter is the best example. Yeah, Twitter is. I mean, I understand people not using Twitter too, but Twitter must be the best example. I know Instagram is also good. Like I was thinking about Instagram, where everyone has fucking Instagram, so it's stupid not to be there. But you can't really have links there. That's the annoying thing.
Yep.
So if no one's like clicking on your wish list, at least that's our goal. And I don't know what we're doing. Don't know if it really literally affects the sales of your game if people are finding it on Instagram. Is what I'm saying. But eyes are there, so.
I mean, if you're capable of doing it, then maybe it's worth, but it's not the best option.
Yeah, what the deluxe stocks is saying is kind of true. Yeah, I can't. The only reason I have a Twitter and I got into Twitter is basically our game. I don't have my own Twitter. Like I just have the Theropods account.
I had it before, but it's not like I really used it too much. I mean, I kind of did. I got Ron Gilbert to follow me.
Name dropping. I'm like, I don't have a Twitter account, just a game. I got Ron Gilbert to follow me.
No, it was exciting when it happened though.
How's your walk doing, Sarah?
I've got 2 more frames.
I kind of mentally gave up working more.
I've got 2 more frames. I don't know. It probably needs a lot of tweaking, but I don't want to do that today. I just wanted to finish the last 2 frames, if that's okay.
Is it though?
Is it not? Do you want to stop now?
No, I'm joking.
Oh, okay.
Started from small local bands and went to adventure games. It's like trying to think of the overlap there. There's a lot of value in familiarity. So you have a presence on Instagram, your game is still becoming familiar to people. So when they see it pop up elsewhere, it triggers familiarity, so they're more likely to click. That's true, yeah. That's why they say you should probably keep like in all social media like the same avatar so that people know immediately who you are. Yeah, but Nathan, I don't know like if it does anything for us because like you need to have like a insane amount of followers to be able to like for people to be able to open links and like stories and stuff. I'm also like a boomer in the fact that I have no idea how stories properly work. Like I can make a story, but it's gonna be the most basic story ever.
It's fine. That's how you
Yeah, I'm
learn.
just saying that I don't feel very comfortable with
Mm.
Instagram personally, but it's just yeah, I don't know. I don't know how the algorithms work. I know you can get really into it, but we used to be very active on Facebook, but now it feels like it's so closed up
Facebook's
that no one's gonna
yeah,
discover you there.
Facebook's
Oh,
not great.
unless Facebook has a really good thing where it's like you go into separate groups, and there's so many groups on like adventure
Yeah,
game.
yeah, that's the
Specific.
only good thing. Posting on your
If you
personal
go there, and,
page,
yeah.
not personal, posting on your games page doesn't seem to do much.
No, if you have a game
People
page and
can't
you
see
post by
it.
yourself, no one's gonna see it. But if you find separate pages with like the not like games on Facebook, like just adventure games or like there's so many like fun
Communities, yeah.
accounts that we got a lot of people to like message us or find us from there.
Yeah, no, that definitely worked for us.
But yeah, yeah, definitely. But you need to do some researching. I don't like the. Literally, the worst time of the year is half the year, like from January until June. It's cold. Also, it feels like it's such a big gap into like holidays from like Christmas to whatever. What is it? Like it's Easter here in Greece, but nothing else is usually
Yeah, at least
big holiday.
you have Easter.
Yeah, Easter is a big holiday here. There's a lot of food, but
I feel like there's no holidays here other than Christmas.
that's what I was thinking now. Bank holidays. So everyone celebrates banks. It's Boxing Day where everyone celebrates boxing.
I am on the second last frame, by the way.
Yeah, wait, I'm so bored waiting. I might as well animate. I don't know what I'm doing. That's why I was wait.
I should have stopped really, but like it's one frame away now. Because I'm so
Wasn't too.
hungry that I could eat an octorok. No, what was I trying to say? I'm so hungry that to put baked potatoes on it's gonna take like over an hour to cook. Baked potatoes reward people with foresight. I don't like baked potatoes. They're okay.
Wait. Baked potatoes like what, in the oven? How are baked potatoes?
Yeah, you bake them in the oven. Bakes means in the oven. Means cooked in the oven. Wait, as a whole potato. I think it's different to roasting.
Don't understand why you don't like them. Trying to find them.
Why I don't like them? Because
Yeah.
potatoes bland.
Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah, but no, it's not bland if you put like shit tons of cheese and like beans and stuff on it.
Still, compared to other things, it's not my favorite. Huh?
So it's not that different from like a boiled potato then, a baked potato.
Oh, boiled potatoes worse. That's even blander. I think it's because my grandmother boiled pretty much everything and made me hate boiled things. But
Okay.
yeah, it's just.
Do you like Danny Boyle?
Jeez. I don't even know who he is.
My grandma even.
Every time I eat a baked potato, I think sweet. I was able to successfully anticipate my hunger.
For you Americans in chat, we used to have, like when I was a kid, we used to have a Wendy's in Greece.
Really?
And they had on the menu, they had like baked potato with like chili on top. And that was the best thing ever. And also like I loved the skin like on the baked potato as well. And I don't know, I fucking love that thing. So it was like melted cheese and like chili con carne or whatever on it.
That's pretty much what we do on ours. Like a beanie mix. Well, yeah, not con carne. There's no meat in it. It's just beans. It's fine. It's just like not that exciting. I don't know.
It's not that exciting. Yeah, I mean, if you listen to talk about the boiled potato with no salt or olive oil, then it sucks.
No, but with the beans and cheese, it's not that exciting.
I don't know, even like with cottage cheese or whatever, it's just so many ways to make it nice.
I'd much
rather... That comes from me, who I don't eat potatoes anymore. Like I just eat fries when I can on my cheat days.
Here's a little secret that fries are potatoes.
Where? What secret?
Fries are potatoes.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I prefer to eat fries.
You just said I don't eat potatoes anymore. I just eat fries.
On my cheat day, that was a different sentence. I don't eat potatoes in general on my diet, not even fries, but I prefer to eat fries when it's
Why? Why not baked potatoes? Why don't you like baked potatoes enough?
Because I don't want to spend like the cheat day that I have on like shitty forms of like potatoes.
Wait! You're now saying that baked potato is a shitty form of potato, but you're trying to understand how on earth it is possible for me to not like baked potato?
I'm saying what I'm saying is like baked potato is not that bad, but if you had me pick a way to eat potatoes, that would be the last way to pick potatoes for me to eat.
Oh no,
because there's so many better ways to eat potatoes.
It's boiled. Boiled is the worst. And then it's baked. Then it's actually no, boiled's the worst. Then it's mashed potato. Then it's
fried is the best.
Huh? What are twice baked potatoes? That sounds like really dry, super hard potato.
Twice baked.
Oh wait. Do you like bake a potato, put the toppings on and everything, and then chuck it back in the oven so like the cheese can melt? I don't know. What are scalloped potatoes? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of mashed potato.
It depends on the mash too. Like, it can be really shitty if you. What I'm saying is that, yeah, for example, mashed potato, you can really make a shitty mashed potato, but you can also make a good mashed potato. Like you can have like, in college, I used to get this fucking dust.
That's not real. Don't even call that mashed potato. That's fake shit.
Okay, FBI.
Oh, scalloped potatoes is like creamy potatoes, right? Sliced potatoes, like baked in like a dish with creamy stuff. They sound good, but like probably very rich. Wait, sorry. Baked potatoes, blah 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 blah. We had chili on top and cheese. Yeah, I think that's pretty standard to have like chili on a baked potato with cheese.
I'm happy, Sarah, that you put this bug on my screen because it looks like it's moving now that it doesn't do any work. could become animating. You half the potato and bake it, then you scoop it out of the skin into a bowl. Add cream cheese, spring onions, cheese, salt. You added the little cheese there. Cheese, salt, pepper, herbs, etc. Then you put that filling back into the fuck. I'm hungry. The top of the rice cheese is back in the oven. It'll get a nice crispy golden top with fresh herbs and enjoy.
Yeah, I have had that before.
Is that baked potato then? I mean,
That's what twice baked potato
that's a
is.
meal
Apparently.
now. That's not a baked potato.
That's what? What did you say?
That's a meal, as in like
Baked
it's
potatoes a
potato
meal?
plus a billion other things.
Yeah.
What I've tried once, where my mom never cooked that, and I had it like somewhere, like at a summer camp or something, and I was like, "What is this? Why does it exist?" And I didn't know. It was like au gratin. What do you call it? And I can't speak French, but
A gratin.
basically potatoes in the oven.
Yeah.
Au gratin. But in like, what are they like in slices with melted cheese and like bacon or something? And I was like, "What is this? I didn't know this existed."
Oh, I don't know if it's the scallop potatoes that.
I felt so betrayed by my mom
about
sometimes
for not.
when I tried food outside the house. Just because, like, did you ever had that where your mom like doesn't like certain foods, so she never had them in the house? And then I grew up and I was like, what the fuck? I felt so betrayed.
Not
to
that I
discover like
think
dishes that my mom never made because she wasn't into them. And I was like, what the fuck is this? You're not into this, and this is amazing. Goodbye, mom. I'm leaving the house.
My university
Welcome,
dining hall
American
used to
style.
make smashed potatoes, which were basically mashed potato, but they don't bother to remove the skin. They were not fully mashed. That was actually the best mashed potato I had. I was working for Secret Cinema, and they had a caterer, and he did mashed potatoes with the skin on, and that was the best mashed potato I had, because the goodness in a potato is like a lot of it's in the skin, so like I don't
love the
understand
skin.
the peeling of the skin. But yeah, having
You
that
need to
in,
clean
but
it
it was
first, though.
properly mashed. It just had the skin in there as well. Like it was mashed well though. It was really
Thing is,
good.
if you don't clean the skin, then it can get a lot of dirt and stuff. So it's a hygiene thing, I think. But you have to like rub the skin a
It's
lot
not.
before
You just have a brush, and yeah, you scrub the
You
skin.
have to brush it. Yeah, it literally comes out of the ground. So
Yeah,
you do
well,
it.
some potatoes are more difficult to clean than others. So I do get it in some situations, but it's like when people make hummus and they take the skin off the hummus. Yeah, you get a creamier, smoother hummus, but like you lose out on a lot of the goodness. And also, I can't. I also can't be bothered to like shell every single one. What were you saying?
I can't wait to get off the stream and go eat eventually.
No.
I'm not gonna eat potatoes though. I'm gonna eat grilled chicken. I'm gonna order some.
Still got 10 more frames to go.
I think I'm having an issue lately because I'm eating the same amount that I was eating before when I was dieting, but I'm exercising a lot more, and I feel like I should.
You should be eating more. Yeah, if you're exercising a lot, you should be eating to
What
compensate
happens
for
if
that.
I don't though on my body? That's what I'm wondering.
You will pass out and die. No, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know.
You'll just get really. Surely you'll get if you're not eating enough and you're burning off those calories. Surely you will just feel really weak, and like.
But my muscles develop, so for my muscles to develop, what happens? Like, do I get fatigued, or do they like use up fat from my body? How does the science work?
I don't know. But I know that you're burning calories, and calories are necessary to sustain. Like I don't know.
The thing is, it's a different exercise now because before I was doing a lot of cardio, but now I'm doing a lot of weights. So that's why I'm wondering because I'm.
Oh no, cardio is the one that burns calories.
But now I'm like gaining mass, and if I don't eat anymore, then I can gain mass. That's the weird part. I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, that's my assumption too. That it's gonna start getting stored energy.
Wait, is that a bad thing? What does that mean?
No, it means that you burn fat basically. It means that the first thing that's gonna go from your body if you don't consume more food is fat.
Oh, okay, well that's fine then, right?
I think so, yeah. If the muscle is also developing, then it's gonna start burning fat, yeah. So okay, so that's a good thing, hopefully.
Okay, so I finished the animation. It definitely needs tweaking. The
what?
arm on the left looks alright. The arm on the right doesn't. The feet look alright.
The feet
Except
look
for
alright.
maybe one pixel. I don't know. I quite like the feet.
something with his waist. He's kind of like losing waist there on the left side.
Yeah. I saw that as I was doing it, but I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I see. So his right arm, like our right, is basically should go further at the front. The oh no, it doesn't. It's fine.
Yeah, we can
I
discuss
think
this
I
next
think
time or
it's I
something.
think his body, his main body, is the one that's confusing things because it blends into the arms. I will see.
Yeah, the body needs to be fixed for sure. I'm not doing it now though.
But everything else seems fine if you fix the body anyway.
Yeah, the feet actually work pretty well. I'm happy with it, except for that one pixel. I don't know that one. I might get rid of that.
I don't know about Mass Vortex Prime. I'm not a religious person to go to church. I'm hungry. I might eat something. Big things.
Yeah, thanks, bye. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
We are gonna go as well
For
and eat.
fucking up our own.
All this food talk is making me hungry.
Just realized Deluxe Tux was going for a call and now he's back. So yay,
we were here, but now we will go.
Yay, we're here. But now guess what? We're not gonna be here.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you all for popping by and watching. What is so funny?
And so you're like, okay, bye. We were like so hungry too.
I am
Like how
hungry.
you can't be hungry. You like literally put your spoon out of your mouth when you pressed like go live.
That was
You're like, go
that
live.
that was oh god, where is it? What the heck? Where's my
You had like iron chopsticks or whatever, and you were like munching, typing,
Okay.
and like scrunching and hitting your.
That
ball before
was
we started
3
playing.
hours and 20 minutes ago. Okay. I need
I
my
had food way
dinner.
before you.
Huh?
I had food way before you as well.
Yeah, no. But you've trained yourself to know what
Yeah,
it's
but
like
you're
to
like
be
half
starving.
you're like half my size. Do you eat like more than me now?
Probably. You were literally dehydrating and starving yourself. Your stomach must be tiny
for
now.
a day, for half a day. I was,
Okay, cool.
okay, anyway.
Yeah,
was
thanks
ready to
everyone for
go.
watching. We're out of here to go stuff our faces with food. More like I have to go wait an hour for a potato to cook. Bye.
Right?
What? Yeah, we'll be back on Monday. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Have a nice weekend with a Friday.
Have a nice weekend with the Friday.
It's more than a
We
weekend.
allow you to have a Friday too. Okay, bye.